Tonight, the preliminaries are over. Conference play begins. The goal, Indianapolis, and the Big Ten Championship. And tonight, conference play begins on BTN for the Nebraska Cornhuskers as they travel to Champaign to take on the Illinois Fighting Illini. Good evening, everybody. Alongside Matt Millen, I'm Kevin Kugler. Non-conference in the books. Each team 2-1. Some good, some bad. Let's start with the visitors from Lincoln. Where is Nebraska at this point in year 2 under Scott Frost?
They're improved. And where you see the most improvement is on the defensive front. Remember, a year ago, they had a tough time stopping the run. Well, right now, they've been anchored by three guys who I really like their game. The twins, the Davis twins, Carlos and Khalil, 96, 94, and also big Darian Daniels in the middle. Big number 79. Those guys have solidified that front. They play physical. They play a lot of plays. And that, I think, will be in the strategy for the Illini.
A hiccup last week for the Illini. The loss to Eastern Michigan certainly upset a lot of folks in Champaign. What hasn't upset them is the play of their grad transfer quarterback, Brandon Peters.
No, they've got a good player there. Now, here's what you have to remember. This is only his 8th start. He hasn't played a lot of football. And so he's still kind of figuring out this offense, and he's still figuring out these coaches and all that. But if you can protect him, this guy can spin it. He can throw the ball. He's got good accuracy. When you get to him, that's when he starts to, the ball comes out a little bit too high.
So it'll be a fun atmosphere here tonight in Champaign. Time to welcome in the third member of our crew, Rick Pizzo.
Kevin, thank you. For Nebraska, the last 2 weeks have been all about one word: finishing. In team meetings, lift sessions, practice, and of course games, Scott Frost preaching that word over and over again. And yet finishing could become more difficult, especially on defense. Combine Nebraska's fast-paced offense with early season injuries and depth issues that have forced starters to play special teams. DC Eric Shenander tells us his starting defensive backs have each taken around 200 snaps already this season. Illinois knows this well. Offensive coordinator Rod Smith believes his team can take advantage by going quickly, and told me on Friday you can expect to see the Illini up-tempo more often than they have at any point so far this season.
It's going to be very interesting, Matt, to see how Nebraska deals with that tempo, and if that tempo is successful for Illinois. Scott Frost feels like his team is conditioned well to handle whatever tempo is thrown at them, but this will be a little bit of a different look tonight from Illinois.
And then you see if they can withstand it. And really, what you're going to see tonight are two very similar teams with two similar philosophies. And to me, the whole key is going to be this: whichever quarterback plays best will win this game.
Lovie Smith, 4th season as Illinois head coach, 6th time in 7 years that Illinois has faced Nebraska in the Big Ten opener. It didn't go well for the Illini last year, losing 54-35, but Lovie Smith feels like his team is much improved. He expects a different outcome tonight.
Yeah, he believes that they won't be one-dimensional, and he believes he can handle this Nebraska offense.
Illinois won the toss, elected to receive. Dre Brown, a yard deep. He's going to bring it out off the foot of Will Priston. Weaving through traffic, a little bit of a crease and good field position just shy of the 30-yard line for the Illini. Cam Taylor-Britt. Question as to whether he'd play. Not only does he play, makes a tackle on special teams. Here comes Brandon Peters entering play this weekend. Brandon Peters was leading the Big Ten and 7th in all of college football with 9 touchdown passes. Can he continue that as conference play begins? We're about to find out.
Kevin, he's got to be protected. That's the key.
He's got Corbin with him in the backfield, and Reggie Corbin, the first carry, breaking tackles and down to the 34-yard line. This Illinois offense with a veteran offensive line. Kendrick Green, keep an eye on number 53 on the left side of that offensive line. Lovie Smith told us yesterday he's going to be a special offensive line. He said that's a future NFL guard or center manning the left guard spot for Illinois. On 2nd and 5, Corbin again, gaping hole. Reggie Corbin's got speed. Corbin breaks a tackle. He's going to go. Touchdown, Illinois.
Right side. The right side of that offensive line did a nice job. And Nebraska overcommitted in the back end.
66 yards later, Reggie Corbin has his third rushing touchdown of the year, and the first time that an opponent has scored this. What a start for Illinois. And Reggie Corbin fully restored to health after the early injury to his hip.
Yeah, you're going to watch right here. That's what you want to see. That whole interior. This is a nice job by that offensive line. Just because they get a body on a body and then overrun on the backside. Now watch. This is just good power running through and a poor tackle. And Reggie Corbin is exactly what they need to get out of him tonight. They have to have this consistency. Palczewski, you see 63 there, the right tackle. That's a really nice job on the defensive end.
The last chance was Cam Taylor-Britt, who injured his shoulder last week against Northern Illinois. Couldn't bring him down. And for Reggie Corbin, what else is new? Another big play. 9 plays of 50 yards or more since the start of last season for that very talented running back. And Lovie Smith, not sure you could ask for a better start offensively.
Lovie is not going to get too upset, and he's not going to get too excited. He'll be even keel the whole time. Love that guy.
Wan'Dale Robinson is the deep man. And the touchback will bring it out to the 25 for Nebraska. So the Huskers, in the blink of an eye, down 7-0 in Champaign. Adrian Martinez, though, if history holds to form, he's going to be delighted to see a Big Ten West opponent in 6 games against Big Ten West competition in his young career. 297 yards passing, 73+ yards rushing per game in those 6 games. And Nebraska, who has scored on the opening drive in all 3 games this year, looking for more of that from Adrian Martinez.
There are some who say Adrian Martinez has gotten off to a kind of a slow start. All he needs to be is a little more consistent.
Maurice Washington, a little bit of an opening there before he's spun down by Tymir Oliver. Big question on the offensive line for Nebraska was, would Brendan Hymas start after injuring his leg against Northern Illinois? Washington limping into the backfield a bit, and he'll leave for Dedrick Mills. Hymas starts, Washington limps to the sideline. And because he left, now Illinois can substitute Jamal Woods in. And out goes Jamal Milan. On second down, off play action, Martinez to the air. He's got Spielman open, and one-on-one meeting at the football. Nate Hobbs breaks it up from J.D. Spielman.
Excellent timing by Hobbs. He saw it, he read it the whole way. He got great depth. Now watch how he attacks the ball. And Spielman, he's usually money with this kind of a route, and the ball is in his hands, but Hobbs did a great job of getting the ball knocked out of his hands.
3rd and 4. Martinez under pressure. Throwing on the run. Finds Spielman, and Spielman with some room to run. And Spielman inside the Illini 30.
What looked like Harding got on his horse. Because Spielman had a chance to take it to the house, but Harding with great hustle just continues in. Watch, he's the defender. He follows and flows to the ball. Watch him run him down. That's not an easy task for a backer.
Dele Harding at 6'1", 230, able to chase Spielman down, but Nebraska converts on 3rd down in a big way. After the 41-yard play, here's Mills weaving his way up the middle near the 23-yard line, and a flag is down. Referee Mike Cannon will tell us.
Formation, offense, penalty, repeat first down.
Showed you Maurice Washington limping off after play number 1 of this game, and Washington being stretched out on the Husker sideline.
Yeah, you have a stretch like that, that means you got hit in the quad. So he's stretching out that quad muscle. Mills, a good player.
Over 100 yards last week. Trying to get to the outside, though. Mills in trouble here. Looking for a block. Martinez tried to provide one, but he'll lose yardage back to the 38, a loss of 5. This Illinois defense getting back to health, but when you look at Batiku on the left side of that defensive line and Champaign on the right side, that's a lot of the pass rush coming from up front. That's the nation's leader in sacks entering this weekend with 6.
They play a base cover 2 for the most part all the time, so you know what you're getting. They're playing the same thing right now.
Empty it out with Robinson in motion. Martinez over the middle trying to find Spielman. And now 3rd and 20. With an update on Maurice Washington, we check in with Rick Beason.
Kevin, Washington looks much better than he did when he first came off the field. Matt was exactly right. The training staff asked what happened. He pointed to an area in between his kneecap and his quad, was grimacing in pain. He's been walking it off for the last couple of minutes. He just nodded as if to say, I'm ready to go back in. They
need him as well. 3rd and 20. Won't be out there on this play. Martinez going to sling it to Mills on the sideline, and Mills out of bounds inside the 30. Now Nebraska normally would bring on Barrett Pickering for a field goal. They've not had Barrett Pickering at any point this year with an undisclosed injury, and they have had a world of problems trying to figure out anything to do kicking wise.
Yes, they wanted to try this Armstrong kid. That didn't work. Then you see Jorgensen there, and then the last guy comes in from Air Force.
Well, long story short, they're not going to try a field goal. 4th and 11 at the Illinois 29, and Nebraska will go. Martinez under pressure.
There comes his feet. There they go.
Martinez to the sideline, run out of bounds by Jake Hansen.
Nicely played by Jake Hansen. He played it perfectly. So he stayed in coverage to make him have to commit. And all Martinez is trying to do is to make the defender commit. Hansen plays it well, takes the ball over.
The early home run from Reggie Corbin, a 7-0 lead for Illinois. And tonight's Auto Owners Impact players. Reggie Corbin has already made an impact.
Yes, he has. And the other guy you have to watch is Amadu Bebe, the wide receiver on the outside. He can make big plays. Muhammad Barry's a guy who's very, very active. And Double D, Darian Daniels, that kid inside, he's tough to move.
Grad transfer from Oklahoma State this year. His brother Damian backing him up along that defensive line. On 1st down, here's Corbin again. Got one block, slipped the 2nd tackle, and is pushed out of bounds at the 21-yard line.
That's perfect defense. That's all you need. Let him run all he wants sideways. You don't want him going north and south. So and that's just great hustle by that Nebraska defense. Strung everything out, get him to the sideline, and it's a loss, so you'll take it.
Caleb Tanner, Lamar Jackson both involved in that chase to the sideline. It's a loss back near the 21-yard line, 2nd down.
This is what you're seeing. Rick Pizzo was talking about, the accelerated pace, trying to tire out this Nebraska defense. Their goal is 3 and out.
Rayvon Bonner in at running back now for Illinois. 2nd and 12, Peters to the air, upended. Caleb Tanner went low. Emmanuel Bebe went head over heels, and it's 3rd down.
That's just good break. That's great defense. You see how they played that? It's a combination coverage. So he's taking the slot, and once he gets so deep, you stop, and then you come back and you look for the incoming route. He played it perfectly. Well done.
3rd down and 12.
This is where Nebraska wanted to keep these guys, where they can get after them with this pass rush.
They're bringing pressure from Barrett. Peters bouncing away, and down to the 30-yard line is Rayvon Bonner, well short of the 1st down, and Illinois will bring on the punt team.
That's exactly the blueprint for the Huskers tonight. 1st and 2nd down, they want to be able to get them into 3rd and long. That's when they think they can load up on that pass rush, bring an extra guy like they did there, get some pressure.
Blake Hayes to punt it away. J.D. Spielman has 1 punt return for a touchdown this year, 2 in his career. Pressure coming, and Hayes just gets rid of it. Spielman backing up to the 25, did not call fair catch, and he's fortunate to hang on to the football.
With the flag down. I I like J.D. Spielman. I think he plays the game the right way. You know, his dad's Rick Spielman up at the Minnesota Vikings. I've known Rick forever.
During the kick, illegal block in the back, receiving team number 12. A 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. First down, Illinois.
Quentin Newsom called for the penalty for the Huskers.
Correction, Nebraska. Timeout.
See it on the top of your screen. There it is. Plain as day.
Nebraska going back on offense. Let's take a look at tonight's auto owners impact players, man.
Well, you got J.D. Spielman. He's a guy who's going to move the chains and a big play guy. Mo Washington's a guy in that backfield. We already saw him. He's got great speed. Olawale Batiku is a guy who can get some pass. In fact, he's got 6 sacks already. And Jamal Milan is a guy who's steady. He's always around the ball. And when he plays great, his name's going to be Millen.
From the 15 on first down. High snap and a good catch by Wan'Dale Robinson, who hung on through the hit of Sidney Brown. They've got high hopes for this freshman.
Did I forget to mention him, Kev?
You did.
Because this kid is a guy who's got big play written all over him. That's a clean play all the way around. He goes up for it. He doesn't try to hurt him or anything. It's just a big play.
And then a fumble after that BTN standout presented by Auto Owners Insurance is recovered by Jake Hansen of Illinois. Maurice Washington with the bobble, and the Illini's 7th takeaway this season puts them in terrific shape.
Remember I told you Jake Hansen's always around the football? Here's another example of it. Now that's on the quarterback. Jake Hansen, they're getting ready, you know, for the option on the outside. Here comes the quarterback. He can't get the handle on it. Jake Hansen will take care of the rest. Some guys just always seem to be in the right place at the right time. He's one of them.
And now Illinois, can they cash in on the gift at the Husker 37? Here's Dre Brown up the middle. And Brown fights his way to the 32, giving 5.
That right there, that's a great down. A great run, I should say. Because you're attacking the heart of that defense right inside, and you picked up 5 yards.
And here's that tempo again, Matt. Brown again. Trying to get to the edge, and Brown fights his way to the 29. Hona's got a running start at him and slowed that play up on the Huskers' defensive side. Now 3rd down. Brown in motion on 3rd down. Swing pass to Brown. Got a block and has the 1st down, or does he? Did not get a generous spot, and by the spot, he looks short.
That looked like Richie Pettibone did a heck of a job getting out there. I don't know if I like the spot either. He's diving with the ball, which would have gone past it. It looks like he still has a 1st down.
They may look at this one.
Sort of a line to game. That play is under further review.
Jim Kemmerling is our replay official. Nick Baniel, the communicator, up in that replay booth. They're going to take another look at this spot. On the field, ruled short of a 1st down.
Let's see if his knee is down anywhere. No, there's where the ball is. Now, I can't see if his chest is hitting first, but his hand is down, and so the hand doesn't matter. The elbow would matter. However, it looks like the right hand with the ball is where that should be spotted. Let's see in the front if anything touches. He's good, he's good, he's good. No, it's where the ball, that's a 1st down.
At the 27 is where they needed to get for the 1st down, and the ball reaching for that hash mark.
No, that's yeah,
at the 26 and a half.
Yeah, that's a poor spot. Now, keep in mind, all this is happening in the fraction of a second. We can slow everything down. So if that official from the side who marked it looked like his elbow was down, you could see him making that call. I think I just made an excuse for an official.
I think you did.
Don't ever let me do that again.
Is this part of the new heart thing?
No,
I mean,
I don't have the heart for that.
What kind of heart did you get?
Oh my goodness, don't tell me it's
terrible. It's a heart that's now for the officials. Oh, Matt Millen, you've changed.
Oh, my goodness.
After review, the runner was not down until he reached the 26.5-yard line. That's enough for a first down.
That's it. They finally listened to you, Kev. It's about time.
I've been waiting for years. So a new set of downs for Illinois. And the Illini continue to try to take advantage of the turnover.
That's the one thing that the Fighting Illini have had a problem with has been penalties and turnovers. So far, they've been on the plus side. Of course, it's early.
Peters off play action. Over the middle, looking for the end zone. Traffic out there, and the pass incomplete. Cam Taylor-Britt got a piece of that one, knocking it away from Mator Bebe.
Yeah, Mator Bebe was in the middle. That was his second choice. What he wanted to do, watch, his back's going to go outside. He wants this route, but it's covered exceptionally well, so he has to go to Mator Bebe in the middle of the field, and that's covered by the safety. That's excellent defense, great discipline. This is how it ends. That's really great defense.
Cam Taylor-Britt.
Yeah, that's who it was.
The shoulder injury last week. They wondered if he'd play. He was in a green jersey earlier in the week in practice, but he's obviously out there now as Peters tries one-on-one on the sideline. He's got him out toward Bebe, and it's a touchdown. One-on-one against DiCaprio Boodle. And the Illini up 13 in the first.
Kev, remember what we said at the start of the game. If you can protect this guy, he can really spin it. Well, offensive line did a great job that time against that Nebraska defense, gave great protection, and Peters just dropped a dime.
26 yards to Joshi Mator Bebe, and a 13-0 lead can grow one more. 14-0 Illinois, and the turnover bites Nebraska as the Illini go up 2 touchdowns.
I want you to watch the offensive line. They're going to go with play action. There's nobody near him. He's able to set his feet, throw, and watch this throw. Mator Bebe, 6 quick.
So far, Brandon Peters, the former Michigan Wolverine, having a better day than his previous team did, Michigan, in their loss to Wisconsin. Scott Frost patrolling the sidelines. You know he's not happy, Matt.
No.
But I know there's also no panic over there.
There is no panic. And so all he's telling them right now is, look, let's just take this series, go down and score. No big deal. A lot of game to play.
Touchback coming out to the 25-yard line. Subscribe to BTN Plus for live streaming of hundreds of non-televised events, next day on-demand game archives, and BTN's extensive library of classic games and original programs. Go to btnplus.com or download the app, available in the App Store and Google Play, or on Apple TV, Roku, and Fire TV. Speaking of fire, Scott Frost trying to impart a little fire into his offense right now.
He's not going to get all fired up. He's not that way. What he's going to do, though, Kevin, is he's going to talk to his quarterback. And he's going to tell Martinez, look, you still are looking to throw the football, not run the football. But if it presents itself, let it fly.
But hang on to the ball.
Yeah, no, he's exactly.
9 fumbles since the start of last season, as backing his way to the 31-yard line is Dedrick Mills, Dele Harding, and Quan Martin combined on the stop, and now Nebraska can play a little pace.
Yeah, they'll go with pace, and they'll let that offensive line work on this defensive front.
2nd and 4. Play action. Martinez looking for Robinson, and he overthrew it.
Yeah, he knew what he wanted to, and he had it. He was in front of that safety.
Let's check in downstairs with Rick Pizzo.
Kevin, during that last time out, Lovie Smith was talking to his defense and telling them same approach, same thing. He was referring to the job they're doing on Martinez. He told us on Friday he doesn't want Martinez to beat his team with his legs. He has to throw the ball right there. That overthrow, that's the position he wants his defense to put number 2 in.
And he wants to be sure that they hit Martinez, not out of the context of the play, but they want to put a lot of pressure on him physically and mentally. Timeout used by Lovie Smith in Illinois, up 14 at home.
They're first.
Great night for football in Champaign, Illinois. And the home team very much enjoying the start of this one. 7:49 remaining in the first. 14-0 Illinois on a 78-degree night in Champaign. Feels a little warmer for that young man, though.
Yeah, well, he got to watch his feet on third and medium like this. This is where he can kill you.
Motion from Robinson. Four-man rush. Spielman with a first down.
When we start talking about impact players, that's why we mentioned J.D. Spielman, because Spielman's one of those guys who moves the chains, has big plays in him. He's dependable. He's what coaches love. He's in the right spot at the right time.
From the 43 on first down, here's Washington with a big hole. Great cut. Washington to the outside. Can he turn the speed on? The angle was good for Illinois as Washington is out of bounds inside the 20.
Watch him break his ankles right here. I mean, he just stopped all the defenders.
Almost broke his own ankles.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that, but I know this. The guy can go. And see how he protected the ball at the end? That's really well done.
And Washington is not feeling good after that one. You see that cut?
Kev, I'm not so sure. So if you get a quad early, that's not easy to get through.
And that's Kirby Joseph for the Illini down. And
who made a great play.
The secondary has been such a problem this year for Illinois, keeping bodies healthy back there.
Yeah.
Tony Adams just got back. Sidney Brown came back last week with the hamstring. They're still missing Stanley Green back there. In fact, they moved Delano Ware, who had moved to linebacker in the spring, moved him back from linebacker last week to give a little more depth in that defensive backfield. And now Kirby Joseph, the sophomore from Orlando, being worked on the Husker sideline.
Yeah, so just watch his tackle. I mean, he had a great angle. Now he's pulling the guy down on his knee. You see that? His left knee? And it was kind of behind him. Watch, it's just an awkward position. His knee gets stuck, and then the guy falls on it. See it right there?
Yep. One more look. As you said, Matt, he made a terrific play getting down there to get the speedy Washington. He had the angle, but he had to have the speed to catch up as well.
But let me tell you something. On a play like that, if you have to make a decision on every step you make on the angle, it's not like you just take one angle and run at it. You're judging him on every step you take. If you see him starting to go a little, getting ahead of you, you take a higher angle. I mean, everything is. It's not easy to do. Let me just put it that way. And it looks like troubling. That quad is going to hurt Washington.
Yep. 41-yard run for Washington, but it sends him to the tent. As Kirby Joseph will head to the Illinois sideline. You can see on that run why Scott Frost loves Maurice Washington. He's a huge playmaker. Second on the team in receiving yards as well. So not only do you lose something from the run game, you lose a big weapon in the pass game. Dedrick Mills, who came in fourth in the conference in yards per carry this year, is going to have to carry a little more load for Scott Frost. Delano Ware into the game in the secondary. Mills trying to get to the edge. And Mills met and dropped by Jake Hansen again.
Hansen played it phenomenal. He played off the block. He stayed there. He maintained leverage and then disengaged the blocker and made the play. That's as good as it gets.
He was graded the #2 linebacker in the country by Pro Football Focus for a reason. Plays like that, flag down as Martinez takes it to the 11-yard line.
And it's in the backfield. It looks like it's going to be offsides maybe.
Offside.
Can't hear the microphone of Mike Cannon, who's had some problems tonight, but I read lips. 47, that's Batiku.
Probably lined up
offside. Yep.
Probably lined up. Batiku's kind of been quiet here in the first quarter. Of course, it's still have 7 minutes in the first quarter.
Feels like we played a lot longer than that.
It does.
There's been a lot going on. Nebraska has 3 plays of 20 yards or more on offense. Of course, the 66-yard run by Corbin got things going for Illinois. Then they took advantage of a Nebraska turnover. 2nd and 3 now. Nebraska trying to answer. Martinez off play action. Going to scramble. Throws short and incomplete, looking for Austin Allen.
You know what, Kev? It was an incomplete pass, but I like what I'm seeing from Martinez. You know why? He's looking to throw, not to run. That is a departure from just a week ago. He's looking to run too much, and he's letting opportunities go. Sets up this third down. Keep your eyes on J.D. Spielman. That's the guy who they count on in situations like this.
And remember, Nebraska's kicking game suspect at best. Martinez will keep, and he stumbles down short of the first down.
Tackled by the 10-yard line. Now your kicking game stinks. So what do you do down here, Kev?
You have to go for it if you're Scott Frost,
That's
right?
what I would do.
Now, in this range, you feel like you can make the field goal with Lane McCallum, who was 3 for 3 in the extra point department last week. But without Barrett Pickering, Isaac Armstrong, Nebraska's punter, has tried with mixed success. Lane McCallum was the guy they brought on last week, but down 14-0 first quarter, 4th and 2. Huskers are going to go.
I guarantee you, Martinez won't trip this time.
It's Mills. Nice cut, and he dives for the first down.
Tough running inside. We got another Fighting Illini getting up slow. Can't see his number. Oh, is that 55?
It is. It's Jamal Milan.
Milan is tough. That's an NFL player right there.
Yeah, Lovie Smith agrees with you. He said the same thing when we were talking with him yesterday. As he walks off favoring his left shoulder or left arm, he told the folks around Illinois this past week in the Illini Inquirer that he's as healthy as he's been since his first game freshman year.
Yeah, you should never say things like that.
No, right? You don't want to jinx yourself.
You jinx yourself. He'll be all right. He's walking fine. Yeah, that's good, though. I mean, let me tell you something. We've seen this a couple times. We saw it with Purdue a few weeks ago with Jeff Brom. You got to know your guy, and he's got to know you, and you got to be on the same page.
First and goal for the Huskers. And nowhere to go this time for Dedrick Mills.
That surprised me for Martinez, because it set up perfect for him to pull it and go around the end, because they committed initially to the run inside to Mills, and the corner was right there.
Milo Eifler first to get there. Throwing Mills for a loss back to the 6, second and goal. Oh, nice little sidearm, wide open. Jack Stoll will walk in for the touchdown.
Blown coverage. Stoll came in motion. That's U motion. Nobody followed him out there.
That's a good answer for Nebraska and Scott Frost.
That's exactly what they need to do. Just keep your shorts on. We're going to be okay. We're going to go right down the field and get a score, and now it's a game.
And now we see the first extra point try of the night. This is Lane McCallum. Walked on. He's from Norfolk, Nebraska. Walked on in January of 2018 after a scholarship kicker at Air Force. And the extra point from McCallum is good. He looked like a kicker on that extra point. Only missed 3 in his high school career. He's 4 for 4 as a Husker. Now a word from our sponsor, Nationwide.
All right, Brad, once again, I have revolutionized the songwriting process.
Here we go.
I know I can't play an instrument, but this is my forte. Obviously, for auto insurance, we've got the wheel route.
Obviously.
Retirement, we're going with a long-term play.
Makes sense.
Pet insurance.
Wait, let me guess. Flea flicker.
Yes. How'd you know? Studying my playbook.
Yeah, actually.
Jack Stoll's first touchdown catch of the season gets Nebraska on the board. Still 5:07 to play in the first. And a good answer for Nebraska after Illinois jumped out on top by 2 scores. Christop will kick off. Dre Brown, the deep man. And Brown from the 1. Brown stopped shy of the 30. There's a flag down right at the point of kickoff.
Kicking, number 90. That 5-yard penalty will be tacked on to the end of the play. First bounce.
Let's go back to the Nebraska touchdown, Matt.
Yeah, so you're going to watch him. Here's Stoll right here. So he's going to go in motion. And what you're going to see is nobody moves with him. And so Martinez, that is not lost on him. All he does is, as soon as he sees it, he knows who he's going to. He just dumped it right there. No coverage. We'll take the 6.
Little Kent to Colby sidearm. Nebraska's on the board.
Kent to Colby, Pittsburgh Pirates.
I want to go with baseball guys you know. It's a short list.
No, you'd be surprised.
All right.
Although you have to stay before 1970.
Yeah, I was going to say, if I go anyone now,
Mo Barry's one of those players who's really active, leads the team in tackles. He's another one of these guys who's around the football all the time.
Second and 8.
Oh,
Big hole
man.
for Bonner. And Rayvon Bonner met by Colin Miller and driven back near the first down yardage at the 42.
Yeah, watch this. This is just a huge hole. Nice job by the right tackle. Did a real good job of pinning him back in. Almost looks like that defender went someplace he shouldn't have gone with a slant inside.
Alex Palczewski, that right tackle you were talking about. This is 26 straight starts tonight for the junior from Mount Pro. Corbin in motion. The snap taken by Isaiah Williams, and Williams at the 41-yard line. It's a freshman who hasn't played yet, but
he's going to.
Lovie Smith told us the other day that when this kid fully starts to get his feet under him, he's going to be a special player.
Well, he's quicker than a hiccup, and he makes good decisions. So he's one of those guys, you put the ball in his hands, he's like a water spider. They're just hard to get.
Do you want to get a water spider?
Oh, yeah, I used to catch him down a hockey playground.
On 2nd and 11, play action and a sliding grab at midfield by Ricky Smalling. Now, before you catch a water spider and before the action kicks off on Saturdays, Dave Revson, Jerry DiNardo, Howard Griffith, and Michelle McMahon get the excitement started. BTN Tailgate, Saturdays, 10 a.m. Eastern, presented by Papa John's on BTN and the Fox Sports app.
Bare front.
3rd and 2.
Should have been a flag there.
And Peters gets popped.
No, he gets drilled.
JoJo Doman. There were only about 3 players that moved. The offensive line still hasn't moved. The problem is the center snapped the football. And it's 4th down.
Because he tried to get the defense jump. So he tried to get him on the quick, and nobody threw a flag. So it should have been. It's a mess. Yeah, watch. See, he jumps. That's why he snapped it.
But did he move off? Did he move off sides, or did he jump to the side?
No, it should have been a flag. He jumped. They caught him with the snap. That they missed it. And you know, in the words of a very wise man once told me, sometimes it bees like that.
Short punt. Spielman says, "Get out of the way." Takes a nice Illini roll, though. That's going to die right near the 17-yard line.
So, Kev, just so you know, now they're one score away from tying everything. See, nobody even moved. And they weren't even sure what the heck was going on, so he came in and ended it.
Well, to be honest with you, Illinois is fortunate to keep that possession right there.
See, Peters never called the snap count. That's why nobody moved. He snapped the ball to try to, so he could catch him in the offsides. Unfortunately, headlinesman missed it.
So now 1st down at the 18. Washington back out there for Nebraska. And Washington in trouble in the backfield, and Washington slammed down near the 10.
Davis did a really nice job. There's 2 of them in there, Carlos and his brother. What do you got? That was going quick.
Jamal Woods
for
Illinois makes the tackle.
The numbers I get screwed up on. Yeah, exactly.
2nd and 18 at the 10. Here's Martinez off play action. Trying to set and throw over the middle. Almost intercepted by Tony Adams. He was looking for Kanavai Noah. And the pass incomplete, brings up 3rd down.
I like what I'm seeing here out of Martinez, though. I like the fact that he's giving his guys a chance. Ooh. had a chance to be caught and also had a chance to get picked. They're going quick.
3rd down and 18. Martinez with time, throws short to Mazur, and Wyatt Mazur down at the 20-yard line. Dele Harding there to cover him up, 8 yards short of a Husker first down, and Nebraska will punt it away.
First down, put him in a hole. They just play all Illinois did there was just play his zone, let everything develop in front of him. You'll give that up.
Trayvon Sidney, the deep man for Illinois. And flags fly.
Legal substitution. 12 men in the formation on defense. It remains 4th down.
So 4th and 3 now. Sidney at the 25, a little bobble, able to secure it and down to the 30-yard line in the arms of Eli Sullivan. Friday on FS1, the football weekend kicks off when Penn State takes on Maryland in a primetime showdown. Then Saturday, catch a BTN doubleheader featuring Shea Patterson and the Wolverines against the Scarlet Knights, and the battle for the old brass spittoon between Indiana and Michigan State, all next weekend on BTN and FS1 and streaming on the Fox Sports app.
Not a good day for Michigan, but Michigan State's offense came alive today.
We knew that defense was there for the Spartans. So much football to be played. Just getting a feel for this league right now as Corbin gets a feel for the field again and gets outside to the 35 before Cam Taylor-Britt ran him out of bounds. Here's Corbin again. Tried to reverse his field, but he couldn't run away. Lamar Jackson wrapped him up.
Lamar Jackson had a really good read on that coming off the corner. He saw it and he didn't want him to get to the edge, so he just attacked it really well, caught him in the backfield.
And quarter number 1 in the books under the lights in Champaign, Illinois. Good start for the Illini. Scott Frost didn't think as much of that start, but Illinois leads by a touchdown after 1. (14-7) Illinois. Not much activity down there tonight. Everybody's locked in Champaign to what's happening at Memorial Stadium. 3rd and 7 is what's happening right here for Illinois from the 33-yard line.
Let's see what kind of they give any pressure. They haven't been able to get any pressure. They're in man. They're bringing it.
It's 4-man rush though, and the field opens up for Peters. He can move if he needs to, and he dives close to the first down, but he's short.
He's short. Eric Shenander, the defensive coordinator, does a nice job of dialing up a pressure, forces him out, and sets up this 4th down.
Checking the dive again. There's the elbow down short of the 40-yard line.
That's a good spot.
And now on 4th down, a little confusion personnel-wise for Illinois.
They're going to kick it.
And they'll run Blake Hayes out. Going to have to hurry. Play clock down as we get to 10. Pressure coming. A line drive kick away from Spielman. That's going to turn out to be an excellent punt. It'll trickle down to the 2-yard line. Beautiful punt from the Australian, Blake Hayes.
He had to get that one off quick because there was nobody blocking to the top side.
Brody Belt was flying in on Hayes, but 59 yards later, it's the 6'6" junior who celebrates. By the way, because I know you want to know these things, Matt, 3rd tallest punter in FBS.
Yeah, that's great.
Every week I see Matt, the first thing he says is, give me some punting and kicking information.
Can't wait. When you show me another Ray guy, I'll be impressed.
From the 2, Nebraska buried. Down a touchdown. Mills, the running back. That's Stoll in motion. Mills just looking for breathing room, and the ball pops out. It's Illinois football, and they're down to 2.
Ooh, Mills is still laying on the ground.
Is he down before the ball comes out?
Well, that ball's moving. That ball's moving, and he's on top of bodies. That's what we can't see is his rear end, but it looks like he's coming. Looks like he's falling on top of the defender right there. Right now, it's out. He's on top. He's on top. He's on top. Ball right now is moving. He's still not down.
Our rules official in studio tonight is Dick Honig, and he joins us now on BTN. Dick, ruled a fumble on the field. What have you seen?
I think I see what you have seen already is that he is on top of an arm. His rear end is about to be down, but he's laying on an arm there, and so he is still an up runner, and the ball does move in that situation. I think we've got a fumble in this play and a good return by Illinois.
Kirby Joseph is who he was laying on top of under there. Dick, thank you very much. They're continuing to look at this one on the monitors here in Champaign.
So the ball starts to come loose before he falls. Like, I don't know how to put that. The ball is he's control. Now it's starting to move. He's starting to pull it out. See, so now he doesn't have control right there. The defender has his arm on the ball, and he's starting to pull it out right about here, right here. That's where he's starting to pull the thing out.
Now, it's not moving yet.
He's moving it. See that? Watch the defender's arm. See, he's pulling it.
Yep, and the arm of Mills is moving.
Right, and so now it's out. He's still not down. I think that's a fumble.
Here's Mike Cannon. Again, ruled a fumble on the field.
Play stands.
Got a house mic issue here in Illinois. The play stands, and it's 1st and goal, Illinois. And Nebraska's second turnover. Ron Brown offering some solace to the head coach. Ron Brown, part of so many great Nebraska football staffs that won national titles under Tom Osborne. 1st and goal at the 2. High snap. Good job by Peters to get it down into the hands of his running back, Ravon Bonner, who's in for the touchdown.
That's well done by Bonner with his eyes. It's what Nebraska did when they jumped to a bare front. A bare front is any time you have the inside 3 guys covered. So the center and both guards are covered. I want you to watch. It's designed to go inside. You see how he jumped quick to that outside little jump cut, then uses his power to get through. It's a nice job by that offensive line.
James McCourt for the extra point, and it's 21-7 Illinois. 13:46 remaining in the first half. Illinois feeling very good, starting off conference play with a 2-touchdown lead. So far, not a very happy group of Huskers on the road, down 21-7, 13:46 remaining in this second quarter of play. After the touchdown by Ravon Bonner, his 3rd of the year, cashing in on the Nebraska turnover. Illinois has scored on both Nebraska turnovers. That's the difference in this game, those 2 turnovers. So Wan'Dale Robinson will watch that one sail through the end zone for the touchback. Let's check in with the Aflac Duck for the Aflac Trivia Quiz. With a win tonight, Nebraska would reach 900 all-time wins, which 4 FBS programs have already gotten to that 900 win mark.
I know Michigan and Notre Dame probably did. Who else would it be? Michigan, Notre Dame. Maybe Alabama? Maybe not.
Maybe. I'm not going to give you the answer. Yeah. That ruins it for everybody playing at home. There's Wan'Dale Robinson out of the backfield. Big hit.
Nice hit.
As he's down at the 31-yard line. That was Tony Adams popping him at the 31 after the 6-yard gain.
They weren't sure Tony Adams was going to be around, and he is. And he made his impact felt pretty good right there.
You mentioned it after that fumble a moment ago that Dedrick Mills looked like he was dinged up a little bit. Of course, we've seen Maurice Washington get dinged up, and now back-to-back plays with Robinson in the backfield, and another tackle made by Jake Hansen. No gain for Adrian Martinez, 3rd down.
Sets up a 3rd down. Just do what you're doing. You're moving the football fine. Don't panic. You're down by 2 scores. Long game yet.
On 3rd down, Robinson to the edge. Not going to get there.
Great tackle in the open field.
Nate Hobbs, what a hit.
What a great tackle. I mean, the hit's a bonus. But the key here is it's not how good you hit him, it's that he doesn't go forward. And so that's the big deal. He stopped them from a 1st down. The extra pop was a nice bonus. I liked it.
Isaac Armstrong will punt it away. Jordan Holmes, who muffed a punt against Nebraska last year at the end of the half, that turned into points right at the end of the half. And now flag stops. It is 4th and 1.
So if it's against Illinois, it's a 1st down.
False start.
Offense.
So now 4th and 6.
Yeah, watch him down here. Looks like he jumps.
Dedrick Mills.
There it is.
Set. Please reset.
They want a reset of the game clock. I'm not sure that that's going to be heard by the people in charge of
Please
the clock.
reset the game clock to 12:17.
So now Illinois changes out returners. They go with Holmes on more of an inside the 20-yard return when they're looking for the safe catch. Trayvon Sidney, they look at as more of a game-breaking returner. He's back there now.
Short punt.
Takes a little Nebraska hop, and it's down at the 25-yard line. Timeout in Champaign. Illini with a football and the lead. Our Aflac Trivia Quiz. The question was, as Nebraska goes for win number 900, which 4 programs in the FBS have 900-plus wins? The answer, Michigan, Ohio State, Texas, and Alabama. Notre Dame is playing tonight. They're at 899.
Yeah, I thought they were over 900.
There's been some removal of wins over the years. Peters off play action on 1st down.
Throw. That was
stuck right to the hands of Ricky Smalling.
That was right there where it needed to be. Smalling was on the way down when the ball hit him in the hands. One thing this Nebraska defense doesn't have is a pure pass rusher.
On 1st down, Norwood to the edge. Jakari Norwood out of bounds at midfield. Let's check in our BTN studios. An update with Mike Hall.
Hey, Kevin, Matt, no Big Ten games happening in prime time except for the one you're watching, but there's a big top 10 battle. Georgia and Notre Dame. Golden Domers strike first. Cole Kmet with the grab. Notre Dame up 7-0 late in the 1st.
Oh, they just missed a major hold here.
On Lamar Jackson.
Amata Bebe was like, you can't hold him better than that. Watch this. This is not good defense, okay? That is called a hold. Yeah, so, but if you don't see it, hey, no harm, no foul.
If you don't see it, it's not a penalty.
That's right.
Crowd saw it. 2nd and 10 at the 48. Isaiah Williams in at quarterback. Peters is in the slot to the top of your screen. And Williams on the keep.
Oh, nice read. Let's go back to that hold here. Here's the reason why. Okay, right here's the official, and here's the hold. And it's going to continue to go the whole time. Now, he can't see it because Bebe's in front of him. His body is blocking the hold, and the head linesman on the backside, that's his secondary read. Did I just make an excuse for the officials again? Something's wrong.
I don't even know who you are anymore. 3rd and 12 at midfield. Peters, late pressure coming, picked up.
Lot of time.
All day long, the underthrown ball, juggled and intercepted. Cam Taylor-Britt with the pick. And his 2nd interception of the year gives it back for the Huskers.
All that did, they had no pressure whatsoever. And that was completely on the quarterback. He did not get enough air under that ball because he was wide open. A lot of time to throw. Underthrew it.
Back in Champaign, and more good news for the Illini, who already have a 2-touchdown lead. Defensive tackle Jamal Milan, who left a few series ago with a sore shoulder, spent some time in the treatment tent. He is now back on the field anchoring that D-line.
Well, that's great news for Illinois. Big body, strong guy in the middle of that defensive line as Martinez throws. Spielman is open, and Spielman pounded down at the 48-yard line, a first down. Tony Adams is a big hitter.
And all they're doing is attacking the middle of that cover, too. They're not getting any depth out of the middle backers whatsoever. This is a Tampa scheme. They have those 2 safeties. The way to attack it, split the middle of the safeties right down the center.
From the 47, Washington back out there, buried in the backfield for a loss. It's Jamal Woods.
That looked like, I don't like the read right there. I mean, so the defender's there, you have the ball in, you have to make the decision. That's completely on Martinez. He handed it off, probably should have held it. But it happens.
And a direct snap to Washington. Breaking tackles, looking for a block. Maurice Washington down to the Illinois 31.
Wow, that's really nice job. Inside, well blocked on the inside, and Maurice Washington's hobbling for 30 yards.
Yeah,
he's still not right yet.
Saw him limping right back into the formation.
Yep.
He gets the carry again, trying to cut. Breaking tackle still, and Washington clearly not 100% down to the 26-yard line.
There's a lot of people who would like to take him at 60%. He's hobbling everywhere, but he's elusive.
6 carries, 66 yards for Mo Washington. Nebraska gets the turnover, trying to march it in, down 2 scores. It's Wan'Dale Robinson in the backfield now. Martinez on the keep. Not much room out there, and he's tossed aside by Batiku.
Batiku played it well. Actually, that whole left side did. It's a counter OT with the quarterback, so the option added. So the O is the off guard, and the T is the tackle. And so they're coming around. See, Batiku does a nice job. And they were in great shape all the way around. Batiku did a great job of having that thing in and turning it back. He makes the play himself.
Big 3rd down here. Martinez finds Robinson. Wan'Dale Robinson with a move, and his first Husker touchdown.
They're just still playing the cover 2. That means 5 guys underneath. The outside receiver is going to get forced wide, which widens the corner, which opens that lane between the backer and the corner. And then the rest is just, he just fakes a couple people out and it's 6 quick. Give him some space and he'll take advantage of it.
Kentucky's Mr. Football just a year ago into the end zone for the first time as a Husker. My prediction, and this is a bold prediction, it will not be his last time in the end zone. He's a talented young man.
Oh, yeah.
Flag down after that extra point.
Offside. Defense, number 47, lined up in the neutral zone. Penalties decline. The try is good. Timeout.
Wan'Dale Robinson providing the spark for the Huskers. Back within 1 score. Wan'Dale Robinson's first Husker touchdown has brought Nebraska within 1 score, 21-14. For Scott Frost and the Huskers, the road has been very unkind. 0-6 road record under Scott Frost. They've lost 8 straight on the road, tying the longest streak in Nebraska history. But boy, they've been close. 4 road losses by 8 points or fewer since 2018, the most in FBS. From the 3-yard line, Dre Brown. Hole opens for a moment, and Brown down near the 30-yard line, where they'll start first down and 10. Here's how Illinois has found the end zone. Reggie Corbin, very early, second play of the game, in fact, 66-yard score. Put Illinois up 7-0. Then a beautiful toss from Brandon Peters to Josh Imatorbhebhe. 10th touchdown pass of the year for Peters, and then the 2-yard bang in from Rayvon Bonner. 2 of those 3 touchdowns coming after Husker turnovers. That one inside the 5 when they got the football. There was a flag on the kickoff. Our referee Mike Cannon will tell us what's going on. It's a penalty against the Huskers.
Number 24 of the kicking team went out of bounds and came back in during the play. It's a 5-yard penalty, tacked on to the end of the play. First down.
That's Jeremiah Stovall, got a scholarship this week. Awarded one by Scott Frost, the special teams player of the year a year ago. That 5-yard penalty gives Illinois the football at the 34. Corbin on first down, bottled up, nowhere to go, and Colin Miller will drive him back.
That was really well done by one of those Davis guys in there. 94. Him and his brother. Is it Khalil? I get him mixed
Khalil's
up.
94, Carlos 96.
Well, they did it. He did a great. Didn't make the tackle, but he made the play. Did a nice job. And that's exactly what they needed out of that defensive front.
Second and 14, a little short side option. Corbin, nowhere to go again. This time it's Eli Sullivan who makes the play.
That's on Brandon Peters. So, see, Brandon Peters has to do a better job of drawing the tackler to him. He can't, the guy was still 4 yards away and he just tossed it out there. And now it's just a free license to run inside out and make the play.
3rd and 16 now for Illinois. Corbin, big hole. Corbin stays on his feet and is tossed out by Mohamed Berry, short of the first down. So Corbin gets good yardage, picks up 13, but he's 3 yards short of the first, and Illinois will punt it away.
He made the one guy miss, and because the receiver didn't get the block, that's the guy who came off the block and made the play.
Punting away from Spielman, and another terrific punt from Blake Hayes. Turns it over and dies inside the 10-yard line. Devin Witherspoon down there to cover it up. Former BTN To Go users, the Fox Sports app is now the exclusive place to stream Big Ten events from BTN, Fox, and FS1. Download the Fox Sports app today on your smartphone, tablet, and connected devices, and never miss a second of the action.
Kev, Illinois has done a nice job of field position. And that punter, he's done a nice job. Hayes done a nice job of keeping him back there inside the 10. It's a long way to go for the Huskers.
And when Nebraska was in here before, the turnover put Illinois first and goal at the 2-yard line. Mo Washington back in at running back. Toss play to Washington. And nowhere to go. Lost a yard back to the 7. Harding and Eifler combining on the stop.
Tell you what, Washington must be one tough sucker. Because that's not easy to get out there and run off a quad. And he was still running away from people.
Noah in motion. Martinez stepping up over the middle, finds Spielman. That's a first down.
Spielman's got great hands, and that's the best I've seen Martinez in the pocket, keeping his eyes downfield, and he threw a bullet. That's really well done. Look at this. All kinds of mess around him, right where it needed to be. Spielman pulled it in.
From the 23 on first down. Martinez jumping it over the middle to Spielman off his fingertips. And Kirby Joseph there to break it up, and Spielman still down.
So if you're wondering why they're getting to the middle of the field,
Timeout.
I'll show you.
Offensive player.
What they like to do with Illinois is play a 2-deep look, which means the middle of the field wide open. And so generally when you attack a cover 2 in that 2-deep look, you want to get right down the middle of the field, either with your tight end or your wide receiver. Let's take a look at this hit first. That's a good hit. When you're going to go up and you're not in a good position, it's a clean hit. Yeah. So you're going to get that in this kind of a defense. Here's the 1 safety, here's the 2. And so here's what they're doing. They're going to split this right down the middle. I have this half, you have this half. Where's the weakness? Right down the middle of the field. And so you try to occupy the outside, get to a safety. See, here comes the tight end down to occupy the safety. Now you bring the other guy in from the other side. That's one of the things they've tried to do for years. This is a Tampa defense. The difference with Lovey here now running it here in Illinois, they don't always have the middle backer running to the middle.
For Scott Frost played in that Tampa defense in Tampa when he was a safety for 6 years in the National Football League. Good to see Spielman up and off to the sideline. Looked to be okay. Now 2nd and 10 for the Huskers at the 23.
Now he's dropping down.
As Washington spins off 1 tackle. A little power at the end of that run to get to the 28. That's a 5-yard pickup. Dion Pate, Kirby Joseph there to make the stop.
It sets up this 3rd and about 5. So the safety's dropping down to give him that 8-man front. And that, of course, is the guy. You can block the 7, but the 8th guy's free. He's got to make the play. Same cover 2 look. Keep your eyes in to the 3 receiver side down below. Here it comes at the 4 receiver side.
That's Washington in motion back into the backfield. Martinez on the keep, got a good block. He's got a first down. Designed run for Martinez to the 39.
I like that play. I like what they're trying to do. So they come out, trips to one side, then they motion the back in, so that puts 4 receivers to one side. You get a shift, 1 less defender to the weak side. Let Martinez use his legs. It's a nice series going on for the Huskers right here.
They've trailed since play number 2 of this ball game tonight. Martinez, first down, middle again. That one a little short for Wan'Dale Robinson. Matt, let's go back to the play before the blocking that freed Martinez.
Yeah, go ahead. So this guy back here essentially makes 4 to this side down here. Okay, now watch it. They're pulling a tackle around, so you're gaining an extra blocker to that side. Everybody's shifted to the left side, so you pull that guy back around, and he does a nice job and picks up the first down. Good execution.
Martinez 10 of 17, 172 yards in his first half. Up the middle, Washington weaving his way for another first down to the Illinois 49.
I'm liking him. I am liking his toughness. I am liking his grit, and there's no quit in him. Washington's having himself a nice night here tonight. He's not 100%.
9 carries, 81 yards in the first half.
Averaging 9 yards a carry.
I was told there'd be no math. Martinez on first down, jumps
missed him.
to Washington. That pressure was there a beat earlier than Martinez wanted it for Dele Harding.
Harding came, and that was for half a beat, half a second later. He could have just gathered himself. There was nothing but green in between him and the goal line.
Mo Washington knew it. Only 3 FBS running backs more receiving yards than Maurice Washington, the best in the Big Ten coming into play this weekend. Ooh. 2nd and 10. Here's Washington.
Nice.
Another juke to get around Hansen and lowers the shoulders to get to the 41. That's an 8-yard gain. Nate Hobbs on the stop. But the cut he had to get free of Hansen opened up that 8-yard gain.
Watch, you're going to see a jock strap in the middle of the field right there. He picked him completely out of it. That's a nice move.
And
that's
now,
all instinct, Kev.
He'll sit down. Mills is in on 3rd and 2. Tenth play of this current drive. And Martinez on the keep again, looking for the first down yardage. It's going to be close.
He's got it.
First down at the 39. Bo Wilson blocking in front of Martinez to give him just enough room for the first.
Kev, this is where the Nebraska offensive line, this is where they're showing their stuff. They're grinding it. They're pulling guys. They're spot on. What they're doing a nice job of is they're being assignment right. They've not made mistakes in this drive.
39-yard line, first down. Mills with room. And Mills into the secondary with a flag down behind him. He's down at the 20-yard line.
If you're a Husker fan, you don't like that. When it's back there, it's usually holding in the offensive line.
Holding. Offense, number 76. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat first down.
That's Brendan Hymas. The left tackle was banged up last week.
Yeah, who wasn't sure. Yeah, you can see him right there, number 76. You're not quite sure you're even going to get him. Boy, I don't know how he. Yeah, I don't like that call at all. It's not, to me, it's not even close. This guy was falling and he fell at his feet. Maybe it was another number. He missed a number.
So after the penalty, 1st and 17 at the 46. Martinez. Open, Noah, and he cannot pull that one in.
Ooh, I really like what they're doing here. This is good stuff. So this is in front of the safety, behind the corner. That's exactly what you want to do. He threw it perfectly. Just he heard that safety coming.
Well, the grad transfer from Cal got his first catches last week as a Husker. Had one slip right through the hands there. Second and 17. Quick swing to Robinson, and Robinson dropped by Jake Hansen. Not going to juke him this time.
Hansen read that right from the get-go. As soon as he saw the snap, he went back outside, made the play. Sets up this big 3rd down. That penalty killed him.
I was going to say, the hold derailed this entire drive for Nebraska.
All right, let's see what kind of coverage you're going to get. If they're going to sit in the cover 2, they have shown every cover 2 beater you can think of, and that's what they're in.
Spielman back out there, slot to the bottom of your screen. Martinez, incomplete. 4th down, and Nebraska will punt it away.
Yeah, that's tough. Now, that's a real soft cover 2, and what I mean by that is now you have 8 defenders dropping deep. 5 under. Well, 6 defenders, I should say. No, 7 defenders. Yeah, 4 rush, 5 under, 2 deep. I had to take my shoes off for that one.
Jordan Holmes is the deep man. Armstrong to punt it away, trying to pin Illinois deep. And Holmes at the 19-yard line. Coming up at halftime, Mike Hall, Coach Glenn Mason, and Joshua Perry will bring you up to date on a busy week number 4 in the Big Ten. That's coming up on the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups halftime report.
Okay, they did a nice job of flipping the field position. You consider you're down inside the 10. That's a good job of getting them down inside your 20.
Let's check in downstairs with Rick Pizzo. Rick.
Kevin, no Maurice Washington for the last few plays of that drive. He is being taken right now to the Nebraska locker room. Training staff was trying to get him there a few seconds ago, and he refused. He came to the bench, and he was in serious trouble. Not just the quad, but he had his head down, took his helmet off, was having trouble breathing. The staff eventually convinced him he needed to get to the locker room before the rest of the team.
So he will very slowly make his way in as Illinois lines up for second down. He's battled in this first half. He was dinged up early.
Yes, he has. He is.
And Nebraska's going to use one of its first timeouts. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. 21-14 Illinois, 1:16 remaining in the first half. 2nd and 7 from the 22. Trying to get to the edge. Brown spun down. And a flag down as well.
It's going to go against Nebraska.
There's a
Still haven't.
For 96. 5-yard. Repeats. Down.
You get the gist. Carlos Davis, 5-yard penalty. Mike Cannon still having some issues in the house, Mike, with that. There's Washington still making his way up the tunnel to the Nebraska locker room.
Yeah, one of the things that have been killing Nebraska has been the penalties. I mean, they have not done well. They've been beating themselves.
Six penalties for 57 yards in this first half. 2nd and 2, and that'll be a first down near the 30-yard line for Dre Brown. Quick. Illinois on first down now. Corbin on first down. Almost got to that hole.
Yes,
It was one
did.
step to the left, Matt, and he had room to roll.
That's a nice job of making that tackle downfield, because you were exactly right, Kev. One more jump cut, and he was gone.
Carlos Davis saved what would have been a giant run. From the 41, Corbin again, and Corbin shoved out by Dismuke at the 44.
Corbin's one of those guys, I don't think the country really knows much about him, but he's one of those guys that he is fast, he sees things quickly, he can cut on a dime, he's a quality back. He's gonna play for a while.
Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. 34 seconds remaining. And now Nebraska down to 1 timeout as the Huskers call
Charge
time
timeout,
before the snap.
Nebraska.
We'll step aside for 30 seconds from Champaign. 34 seconds remaining in the half. 21-14 Illinois. 2nd and 7 for Brandon Peters in the lineup.
Corbin's having himself a nice night here. He's at 9 yards of carry too, if I'm doing my gazintas right.
I'll look that up after the game. Peters up the middle, pressure coming from Honus. And the pass not going too far with Ricky Smalling, wrapped up by Markel Dismuke.
Roll the dice there. They bring him back. Honus gets in there, forces the pressure, sets up this 3rd down.
Illinois not using one of their 2 timeouts.
Yeah, I'm surprised. They're happy with having a 7-point lead going into the half. They're going to take a shot here. I don't
got a kicker who hit a 57-yard field goal last week. Instead, they'll just go into the locker room content to take a 7-point lead at the break, 21-14. They were 15 yards away or so from a legit shot at a field goal, especially with a wind at their back.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. That is a very tenuous 7-point lead. And Nebraska, very conservative.
Nebraska will get the football to start the second half after Illinois won the toss and elected to receive. 21-14, Illinois with the touchdown lead at the break in Champaign.
Well, now we got to see how this third quarter plays out for them.
The third quarter has been a problem for Nebraska. That's coming up. Down 7. Coming up, Mike Hall, Coach Glenn Mason, and Joshua Perry with the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups halftime report. Getting ready to start the third quarter with Illinois leading 21-14 here in Champaign. Now let's take a look at the house they built by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Simeon Rice is in the house, inducted into the Illinois Athletics Hall of Fame, and that house they built by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans shows the book on Simeon Rice. 44.5 career sacks, the Big Ten all-time record, a 2-time All-American, former Big Ten Defensive Player of the Year, went on to a terrific career in the National Football League as well. He was some kind of player.
No, he was fun. And he's exactly what neither of these two teams have right now. He was a guy who could change the way the game is played. And if you didn't pay attention to him, he'd take the game over like you see right here. He was fun to watch.
Now let's look ahead. Third quarter about to begin. Nebraska down a touchdown. They're going to get the football to start this second half, Matt, and the third quarter has been a real problem for Nebraska this year.
Yeah, they have not played well in the third quarter, and so all week long, all they've been preaching has been finish. Finish what you started. And so what they started in the first half has been pretty good. It's not bad. So they've outrushed them out offense, 314, 185 yards. And if you look at how many plays, it was the difference of 14 plays. Here's the big deal. 14 plays was one series that they held them. They held it for 14 plays and got nothing out of it.
No points for Nebraska in the opening drive of second halves this year. 7 points out of their 10 third quarter possessions total on offense, and just 11% of the total yardage in the season has come in the third quarter this year for the Huskers. Trying to turn that around here as we start the second half. We'll check in first with Rick Pizzo.
Kevin just had the chance to chat with Scott Frost. In his own words, we spotted Illinois 14 points. Take those away, we're in the lead. All that being said, Frost's final message to his team, we simply have to play better because we can. Lovie Smith, interesting. He told me he believes this next possession, Nebraska getting the ball to start the third quarter, is the most important possession of the game. He believes if his defense comes up huge here, they keep the momentum and they can win this football game.
That's the old way of looking at it. So always the first series of the half always set the tone for the team. And so he's gone. That's the old rule book. I like that.
Second half underway here in Champaign. Wan'Dale Robinson going to bring it out 2 yards deep, looking to make a play. And Robinson won't get back to the 20-yard line.
All week long, this Nebraska team has heard finish, 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 finish. The third quarter has really not been good to them this whole season. Now's the time to make a difference. And for Illinois, continue to do what you do. Don't give up any big plays. Take and win the field position game. Get off on third down.
Wan'Dale Robinson will start the second half in the backfield. Martinez on first down to the air. Here's Noah, and kind of Noah pulled down by Milo Eifler. Just a 3-yard pickup.
I wonder if Washington even made it out.
Kevin, the reason that Wan'Dale Robinson is starting in the backfield, Maurice Washington did not come out of the locker room with the Huskers. I asked Scott Frost about his availability. Frost declined to answer whether he would be available in the second half.
Robinson turning the opposite way, trying to find some yardage. He'll lose yardage back to the 20-yard line. That's a loss of 3. Tony Adams on the stop.
Kevin, I got to tell you something. The way that defense, just everybody ran to the ball was really, really impressive. Here's a big third down right here. They'll attack that cover 2. Watch the middle of the field, or they'll attack one of the safeties.
3rd down and 7. Martinez, pocket collapsing, and he's dropped. Batiku got to him, but the coverage downfield was excellent for Illinois.
And if you, they were trying to hit the middle of the field, and Batiku was one of those guys that had to make a play, and he was able to come through. And so what Lovey said is 100% right. He believed there was going to be this was going to be the tone setter for the second half. He needed his 3 and out, and he got it.
Excellent start for Illinois defensively, as Armstrong will punt it away. Trayvon Sidney, the deep man. Takes a good Nebraska hop. And then it's touched up. Looked like for a moment, Illinois had somebody in the area that was going to make a play that would not have been a great play. Devin Witherspoon was in the middle of that.
So the returner would be screaming a word, whatever it is, and it means get out of here. Don't even get near here.
Let's take a look at the SoFi academic ambitions, and tonight we feature Illinois running back Reggie Corbin, a 3.33 GPA, working towards his master's degree. Corbin started off on a hot note, 71 yards in the first 2 plays. See what he can do here on the first play in the second half, and Corbin down to the 30-yard line.
Reggie Corbin might be the best kept secret in the Big Ten, maybe in the country. Nobody even talks about Reggie Corbin, but he is legit.
Former big-time rugby player in high school. 2nd and 2. Corbin picks his way over the right side and has a first down to the 35. Miller and Berry there to bring him down.
Nice job in blocking. Wide receivers getting in on it. Chusky does a nice job on that right side. Pettibone does a nice job on that right side.
Corbin found a little opening and down to the 39-yard line. Alex Davis the first to get there. DiCaprio Boodle helping out.
Stop by Alex Davis.
Palczewski on that right side, that tackle, along with Pettibone. That's a good right side. They do a nice job. Once they're assignment right, they're on the same page. It's like a little dance duo down there. Their steps are identical.
On 2nd down, Peters with time to the sideline, and a sliding catch made by Ricky Smalling into Nebraska territory at the 44.
Kev, let me show you something. Look at this. What's his offensive line? Watch this guy right here and right here. That is excellent. See how their feet are all in the same spot? Hands are all good. Faces are up, looking for stunts coming back, and they give him lots of time. No pressure, big throw.
Hole on the outside, slipping through is Dre Brown. And Markel Dismute just got him around the ankles, keeping an 8-yard gain from becoming an even bigger one.
Well, they have Nebraska's not even set up yet.
And a giant hole. Taking advantage of it is Brown. And Brown in for the touchdown.
Kevin, we go back to the beginning of the game and talk about pace and say we want to get them slowed down because there's a lot of plays to play. You heard Rick Pizzo talking about the same thing, and this was a perfect example of that. Because of pace of play, Nebraska never even got lined up properly.
(28-14), and Matt, that defense, you mentioned it, wasn't set.
Yeah, watch it. Look, so now Illinois is already set. They are not even in position yet. They're still moving, and here he comes. And there he goes. The net result, touchdown, Illinois.
Third quarter woes continue for Nebraska. Dre Brown with his first touchdown of the year gives Illinois a 28-14 lead, and Scott Frost back to work on that Nebraska sideline, trying to find the recipe for a rally.
They don't got to panic, though, Kevin. All they got to do is go back, be consistent. be consistent, work the field, get a score, you're right back in it.
Ball to 25 on first down as Scott Frost and the Huskers head back out to work.
So here's the thing, offensively, they know exactly what Illinois is going to do. They have a good game plan. They just haven't been consistent. So at one point, Martinez is going to have to make some plays with his feet. But he still needs to keep his eyes downfield and think throw first.
And a flag thrown. Play clock down to 0.
See that? That's inexcusable, especially coming out of commercial.
Ben Stilley headed to the Nebraska locker room. 1st and 15 now. Martinez. He's got Williams open, and Williams has the first down.
Another cover 2 beater on top of the corner in front of the safety. So and they're going quick, and they're going hurry up, and that's what they need to do, except you got the wrong people in the wrong spots. 5 wide receivers, empty set.
First out to 40, pressure. Martinez steps away, throws it short, and Robinson is there for a good gain on first down.
Well done by Martinez.
And Batiku breathing down his neck was able to get it up to the 47-yard line.
Kev, they've had pretty good pass protection here. There's 1 sack in the first half, and that was by Batiku. Other than that, he's had time to throw, and he's made some nice throws. Heck, he's thrown 270 yards or something like that.
Just past Tommy Frazier, 8th place on the Husker career passing list as Missouri tries to find some room up the middle. Maurice Washington, if you're joining us late, had a good first half, but has continued to battle what looked like a quad injury and has not been out here in the second half. And Dedrick Mills was a little dinged up as well.
Heck, Washington had 100 yards in the first half.
From the Illinois 48-yard line. Martinez back to the air. Spielman up to get it, and Spielman takes a shot from Tony Adams. My goodness, Spielman's
tough.
He is tough. It was hurt earlier, had to be helped to the sideline briefly.
Tony Adams looks like he re-injured what he hurt a week ago, and that's a good solid play all the way around. Those are 2 tough suckers right there.
Adams was limited earlier in practice this week, came on late as the week went on, was out a week ago for Illinois. Now he'll be helped to the sideline after that collision with J.D. Spielman.
J.D. Spielman, he always shows up all the time. He's one of those guys you count on. You count on him for big plays. You count on him to move the chains. He's just dependable. That's a great catch, too. Hold on to that thing.
Martinez, first down, finds Stoll, his tight end. He's got another first down, breaking tackles, and inside the 15.
It's exactly what Nebraska needed to do. Just calm yourself down. We can do this. We know what we're going to get. They haven't gotten any pressure.
From the 14 on first down, Missouri. Nice little cut inside the 5, and it's 1st and goal, Nebraska.
Flags down. Nice cut by Missouri. Get back inside.
Flag down right around the 11-yard line on the near side of this field here in Champaign.
Illegal block in the back. Defense, number 86. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat first.
There's the block.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Milo Eifler was finding a line-out defender that Stoll was blocking.
There is no foul for a illegal block in the back. The play is a first down.
Whoa.
How's there no flag? That's Mike Cannon, our referee, but we just showed it clear as could be. Maybe he had his eyes closed or something.
I can't believe they reversed it.
Yeah, I don't get it.
And now
There's
it's
no
first and goal.
explanation.
First and goal, Robinson turns the corner, touchdown! Nebraska takes advantage, and Robinson in for 6.
If it makes him feel any better, he would have scored from 40, so it wouldn't have mattered. That's a nice little play. Get your defense going to the left, and then you come back on the right with Robinson with his speed. I would like to get an explanation of why they said no to it.
And the extra point, good from Lane McCallum. And it's a 1-touchdown game again. Second time tonight, Wan'Dale Robinson has found the end zone for the Huskers. Huskers needing somebody to step up. They're finding it in the freshman playmaker, Wan'Dale Robinson, who's been into the end zone twice tonight. And Nebraska within a score, 28-21. Huskers are going to kick off, and then we're going to try to provide a little explanation that we got during the break for why the block in the back was removed from play. We'll hear from Dick Honig and Rick Pizzo as this kickoff
Going to go out of bounds.
It's going to die at the 4, but he leans out of bounds, and that's a really smart play by Dre Brown. He's out of bounds as he touches the football, so it's a kick out of bounds.
Correct.
Really well coached in special teams by Dre Brown.
Yeah, watch how he's aware of it, so watch how he gets out of bounds first, specifically, and then he reaches for it. That's really good job.
Well, that's smart. All right, let's go back to that block in the back call that was prior to the touchdown. It was called on the field and then taken away. Dick Honig is our rules expert. Dick, what did you see on this?
The only way that can be deemed legal is if the initial block was legal and he maintained some contact with the person he was blocking. In that case, he can actually end up on the back. But it has the initial block has to remain in contact.
Which it clearly didn't, Dick.
I agree.
Yeah.
Very odd.
I hate to make an excuse for the official because I usually like to ride him pretty good, but I got to tell you.
Is this the third time tonight you're about to? Oh, my goodness.
It must be this heart that's been replaced.
It has
I guarantee
to be.
it.
First down and 10, and on first down, the carry for Rayvon Bonner for a couple. All right, now let's go on to Rick Pizzo, who has even more information on Blockgate.
Kevin, it wasn't just the call, it was the overturn of the call that had Lovie Smith furious. He asked the line judge what happened. The line judge said the center judge actually had a better look. Lovie said, the center judge is 60 feet away. You're standing right next to the play. The center judge came over a little bit later and said, Coach, I saw the entire thing. That's why the call was eventually overturned.
Wow.
Well, he didn't see it well enough, or he would have seen that it was a block, and then he got separation, and then he pushed him in the back. But life goes on.
Yep, 3rd and 9 now, and a big play for both of these teams for momentum.
Comes a blitz.
Huskers bringing Honus and Doman. Peters throws, and it's dropped.
Oh, man.
Stampley was going to turn the corner and take it up the sideline for a first down, and he couldn't pull it in.
Peters played it perfectly. Watch this by Peters. He feels the pressure. He starts to move. He's getting hit, and he throws a strike, and he drops it. Oh, that kills him. Stoll's happy.
He knows he's about ready to get back on the field, and Illini fans pulling their hair out. Flag is down.
Nice kick.
Excellent punt. Spielman from the 15 is down. Backpedaled to the 10. They'll mark him down at the 11. Campbell there to cover him up, but Hayes with another excellent punt, and the field position game has been dominated tonight by Illinois, thanks in large part to the work of Blake Hayes.
Yes, he's had a great night kicking the ball.
It was 4th and 9. See what the penalty is here.
Offside. Receiving team number 49 lined up in the neutral zone. Penalties declined. First down.
Isaiah Stallbird, penalty declined. Nebraska down a touchdown and buried in their own end again. Nebraska down a touchdown, starting at their own 11-yard line on first down. Martinez on the keep, trying to get to the edge, pulled down from behind. Ayo Champaign, good speed to rip down Martinez.
And a good angle. He was able to take it away from the inside and then ran him down. Champaign just right on top of that, sets up the 2nd and 11.
6th time tonight, Matt, that Nebraska has begun inside their own 20-yard line. Their average starting field position tonight, their own 19.
The one thing this Illinois defense has not been able to do is get pressure on Martinez.
Off play action all day to throw. Martinez over the middle to Spielman again. And Spielman has the ball jarred loose. Another Nebraska turnover. Scooped up by Quan Martin. And Martin down at the 35 of the Big Red.
That's been the difference in this game, Kevin. It's the 3rd turnover. The first 2 they got points off.
Jake Hansen with the rip. Martin with the recovery. 3rd Nebraska turnover. And Illinois got it on the Husker side of midfield. Dedrick Mills down for the Huskers.
Let's see if this is a fumble all the way. There's the hit. He's not down. He's not down. The ball is out. That's a fumble. It's not even close. That's the 3rd turnover for Nebraska. They had all day to throw, and they're playing zones. And when you have that much time, you're going to find a hole in the zone. Which he was able to do was just a nice job of getting it out down the field.
Maurice Washington already hurt for Nebraska. Dedrick Mills has been in and out of the lineup tonight. He's now down. The running back room getting very thin for Scott Frost. Just a moment ago, Dedrick Mills heading onto the Husker sideline and into the medical tent for further evaluation. So Nebraska already has lost Maurice Washington for the time being tonight. Dedrick Mills now in the tent. More importantly for Nebraska, they lost the football for the 3rd time. And the 3rd time, a turnover for the Huskers results in an Illinois start across midfield. This from the Husker 36. Oh, looking to throw down the sideline, and it's tipped away and incomplete. Dismuke was in position to try to intercept that throw from Trenard Davis.
Looked like Smalling may have gotten a handout. He turned it into a defender because this is not a good throw. Watch Smalling come across. No, he just missed it. Dismuke had a shot. Took a shot.
Now 2nd and 10. Corbin back in the backfield. Peters deflected by Miller and incomplete.
That was fortuitous by Miller because he got his hands up. That was going to be a big play. They came with pressure to the inside. The middle of the field was wide open. Miller gets his hands up, is able to knock that thing down because there's nothing to the middle of the field. Smalling had a clear path.
Illinois 1 for 7 tonight on 3rd. Peters under pressure. He's sacked. Khalil Davis finished him off.
Yeah, both the Davis boys came in and made the play. You're going to watch 96 and 94. I can't quite see the numbers right here. Let's see what happens. It's a twist on the inside. Yeah, so I don't know which one's the older brother, but one of them got there first.
Khalil's the younger by 5 minutes of the Davis twins.
Yeah, he was a little late there too.
Spielman back out there, awaiting the punt from Blake Hayes. And Hayes is going to do it again. Got a good Nebraska hop. It could have been worse for the Huskers as they'll start at their own 14-yard line. The turnovers have been big tonight for Nebraska. The first one there on the exchange between Martinez and Washington. This one really costly as it ended up on the 2-yard line of Nebraska. Illinois would take that one in as well. This one a moment ago, and the Husker defense got the stop as the third quarter woes continue for Nebraska. They did get the touchdown tonight. 7-play, 75-yard drive. 14 points in 13 third quarter possessions on the year for this Nebraska team. Martinez on first down. Pocket collapsing. Martinez will scramble forward and get a couple to the 16-yard line.
He is getting all kinds of time to throw that football. That was good coverage down the field. He was unable to pull the trigger on it. But man, Illinois has not been able to get any kind of pressure.
Martinez again hit as he throws, and the wobbler almost intercepted by Hansen. Jake Hansen had it drop right in his lap, and he couldn't secure it.
And that's why he's a linebacker. He probably played something in high school where he was feeling with the ball. But great job of getting your hand up to get that. And this is just a missed opportunity by Hansen. Heck, you should have called a fair catch. You'd have been better off.
3rd and 8 at the 16 for Nebraska.
The previous play is an incomplete pass. The play is under further review.
So there's been a buzz from the booth to look and see if this was a fumble or a pass. Replay officials buzzing down to take another look at this. Jim Kemmerling's the replay official tonight.
So just follow it through. So if it was a fumble, it's still going to go back to the offense because there was no clear recovery. The ball just flopped around. And so the net result will be another 3rd down. Ooh, that might be a fumble. His hand, he does have the motion, but is the ball out before before the arm starts motion? The ball's out.
Dick Honig is our replay official tonight in our BTN studios in Chicago. Dick, the ruling on the field, incomplete pass. What do you see here?
I see it as a fumble because his hand comes through and it's empty at the time. But we need to have a clear recovery.
Right.
I did not see that, but we didn't get all the shots to know if there was actually a clear recovery on that. If there's a clear recovery in the immediately continuing action, you can have a reversal of this.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, Dick, because they didn't. The ball flopped around. They called it an incomplete pass. I don't think if anybody even picked it up.
I did not see it if they did.
Yeah, neither did I.
All right, Dick, thanks very much. Dick Honig, our replay official tonight. Now, Mike Pereira told us a long time ago that when you see an official standing next to the referee with a pen and paper in hand, that usually means a change is coming. He's writing down all the pertinent information. There is an official with the pen and paper in hand. Now the question is clear recovery. Was there one after the miss?
Let's watch
of
the all
Hansen?
22 to see exactly what happened. So here goes Hansen. Okay, now let's see who picks it up, if anybody. No, see, they all stop. We can't follow it all the way to the right.
But the play had stopped by that point. That's a hard one.
No, he picked it up and ran in. So it's tough because if the whistle came, everybody stops.
Well, and in that all 22, you could also see the reaction from the officials. They were not following the play anymore either. They had stopped as well. But Illinois is celebrating. They're saying they're going to get the football.
Well, it is a strip sack. And the ball's out.
Scott Frost knows if it's a turnover, it's number 4 tonight, and it's going to be another one on this side of the midfield stripe.
After review, the quarterback's hand was hit before he was coming forward. He did not have control of the ball. As a result of the play, it was a fumble. The ball was recovered by Illinois at the 14-yard line. The advance is not allowed. First and 10 for Illinois at the 14-yard line.
So they ruled a clear fumble recovery. That's just a great play. Champaign could have had himself. Well, he had the big sack. That's just a big play.
Most turnovers in any game under Scott Frost as head coach at Nebraska, 4 tonight. And now Illinois with another short field to work with. Can Nebraska's defense step up again as they did just a few moments ago? Here's Corbin to the outside, and Dismuke chases him out at the 10.
Richie Corbin, the ball carrier.
Still picks up about 5 yards. Maybe 4. Second and about 6.
Second down, Peters will keep it. Peters in for the touchdown.
Great read by Peters. Great call by Rod Smith.
Four Nebraska turnovers have turned into 3 Illinois touchdowns. And it's 35-21, still 5:40 to go in the third. Back to Champaign in 30 seconds. Brandon Peters getting into the end zone for the touchdown. Illinois back up by 14, 5:40 remaining in the third. There's an eternity left in this football game, Matt.
This game is far from over. The turnovers are the huge difference. And it's really hard to overcome a 4-turnover game. But don't leave. This is far from being over.
Wan'Dale Robinson, the deep man. He'll watch this ball go through the end zone for the touchback. And Nebraska back to work at their own 25-yard line, but there's a flag down as well.
Sideline warning, Illinois bench. There is no yardage penalty for this warning.
All right, so Nebraska to work at the 25-yard line. Huskers down 2 touchdowns. Here's our Wendy's stat of the game, and those 4 turnovers are the big difference in this game. It's led to 3 Illinois touchdowns, the 4 turnovers, 3 touchdown drives of 40 yards and under for that Illinois offense.
So now let's see if all the coaching this week, what it counts for. Finish is what they've been preaching.
On first down, Wan'Dale Robinson, nice cut. Robinson into the secondary. Wan'Dale Robinson weaves to the 46-yard line.
Wan'Dale Robinson has some Rondale Moore in him. He's shifty.
A lot of comparisons were made between the two when Wan'Dale Robinson committed to Nebraska last year.
He's got some make you miss in him. He's got some big play in him.
From the 46. Here's Robinson again. And Wan'Dale Robinson having to play the role of I-back tonight with Washington and Mills both getting banged up.
It's a good tough run. And he kept on going forward. And he's not a particularly big man.
In the history of Nebraska,
oh boy, that looks like he hurt his shoulder there.
Robinson asking to come out. Here comes Dedrick Mills back onto the field. Oh boy. 2nd and 6 at midfield. Martinez on the keep into Illinois territory, 2 yards short of the first down. All right, so 3rd and 2, Matt.
Yep.
If you're Nebraska, is it Martinez's legs, is it his arm, or is it the running back that gets the call here?
And the answer is you give yourself the option. And so run the same, that lead read, and make Martinez's eyes make the decision. So if they cave on the runner, pull it and run.
3rd and 2. It's Mills. And Mills runs into Jake Hansen, who drives him back, but it's, I think, a first down.
It is close. They're picking it up. First down. They're already moving the chains.
Very close. Needed the 44.
Ooh, that's close, but they're going.
First down and 10 at the 44. Martinez going up top, hoping Spielman can run underneath it. Instead, it's 2nd down.
And he missed him, and I think J.D. Spielman slowed down a little bit at the end of that route. He had him. He got on top of the coverage.
.263 yards as Wan'Dale Robinson returns to the Husker lineup. 2nd and 10. Robinson trying to slither through a lot of traffic, and he's down at the 42 in the arms of Owen Carney.
Sets up a big 3rd down right here. See if they stick in that cover 2, or if he brings a little bit of heat, because they've not gotten to Martinez at all. I mean, he's been sitting back there taking his time to throw.
Martinez 6 of 7 for 102 yards tonight on 3rd down.
Yeah, they're going to sit in that cover 2 still.
Martinez flushed, throws it short. What a catch by Jet Stoll! And Stoll's got a first down to the 21. That's an outstanding grab and a BTN standout presented by Auto Owners Insurance.
And I don't care who's sponsoring it. That's a phenomenal catch. You gotta love that. Well done, Stoll.
From the 20-yard line, first down. Huskers convert. Here's Robinson. Looking for a little help on the edge, and Robinson down inside the 14.
Stoll has had himself a pretty solid game here. You take away that block in the back, which never really happened.
So I guess you did take it away.
Exactly. That's a nice block he had. Great catch, and then another block here.
3 catches, 45 yards for Stoll. 10 catches on the season for the junior from Colorado. 2nd and 4. Toss play, Mills. Got a block. Mills at the 5. Mills, touchdown.
You know what, Kev? Every now and then, the old stiff arm comes out from out of nowhere. Mills does a great job here. Watch this. There's a Heisman right there. That is beautiful. Right to the top of the head, in for the score.
Offense with the answer again for Nebraska. When they hang on to the ball, they've been pretty effective.
Kev, I've been telling you the whole time as this game's going on.
And the extra point is blocked. And a little more intrigue into this. The kicking woes of Nebraska continue. They had an extra point block last week along with 2 field goal blocks. Calvin Avery gets this one. 8-point game as we return in 30 seconds. 2 minutes, 11 seconds remaining in the 3rd. Calvin Avery with a blocked extra point. And now Nebraska will kick off. Down 8, and a line drive kickoff fielded by Brown. Dre Brown with a hole, flag down behind the play as Brown into Nebraska territory and down at the 39-yard line.
There's a flag back at the 24. Brown's had nice returns all night.
He has. This one's coming back.
during the return, holding receiving team number 44. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
And there he is right there. And that's an old one. 48 is what he meant, not 44. Yeah. Watch Avery right inside. He gets a good jump, good push, and gets his hand on it.
First miss of the year for McCallum in his limited time as kicker for Nebraska.
Yeah, Nebraska's going to have to straighten out that kicking game.
Well, Scott told us yesterday, he says, you know, it's not like the NFL. I can't just go to the waiver wire, cut a kicker, pick up a kicker, and everything will be fine. Look at the yardage disparity tonight. 497 to 277. As Corbin has to tack a little yardage on for Illinois, and he's shoved out at the 18-yard line by Cam Taylor-Britt.
Cam Taylor-Britt tracked him from the middle of the field. I mean, that's really good defense. Took a great angle and held it to just, he didn't let him get the corners, what he did. To set that this 2nd and 7 or 6, whatever it is.
Second down. Will Peters, awkward throw, and a one-hand attempt by Sidney, but he was bobbling it going out of bounds.
What a great effort. Take a good look at this. He tracks it. Let's see. Doesn't have it. Has it.
Out of bounds.
Let's see where the other foot was when he didn't pull it in. Go ahead. No, foot is down. Nope. Good call by the official. That's tough. A great effort.
We saw Ben Stilley walk off earlier. He's back in now on 3rd down.
Pressure.
And it's tipped and incomplete.
That was going to be a tough. Ball to get in there because the coverage was perfect on the top side.
Davis with the deflection here.
He gets his hand up, They finally got a little bit of pressure back inside. You can kind of feel it moving the other way now, Kev. You feel it in the stadium? It's like the crowd saying, oh, no, here we go.
Hayes with Spielman waiting. Fair catch called for and made by Noah. And Nebraska will start beyond their own 20-yard line for one of the few times tonight. Friday on BTN, Lexi Sun and top-ranked Nebraska face a major test right here in Champaign against Jacqueline Quaid and the Illini. Big Ten women's volleyball powered by Unleaded 88. Friday at 8:30 Eastern on BTN and the Fox Sports app. Third quarter, the first 3 games, Nebraska had scored 7 points offensively through the first 3 games combined. Tonight, 13 points and counting perhaps in the third quarter. Still 1 minute and 4 seconds left in this third.
And that's what they were emphasizing all week. The third quarter was just mauling them.
Robinson motioning into the backfield. Swing pass Spielman. Spielman with a crease, and Spielman into Illinois territory and pounded out of bounds by Kirby Joseph.
Kirby Joseph got him good. I'll tell you what, J.D. Spielman, he is a tough guy, man. He just keeps on going. He knows he's going to take a hit here. Boom. Good player. I like him.
That looked like he got contact with the helmet of Spielman there. I'm surprised they didn't stop it to look at that for targeting, as Robinson had some losing his head that time and down to the 33. Now watch this again. Spielman,
the defense
look at that.
Oh, yeah.
That's Kirby Joseph. Helmet to helmet. That's what they want to get out of the game.
Correct.
I'm really surprised they didn't take a look at that one. Hansen leaves the game after losing the helmet. Has to go out for 1 play. Cooper comes in on first down for Nebraska at the Illinois 33. Martinez with all day. Now he's going to run. And Martinez with a first down and more to the 15.
Good decision by Martinez. Look down the field. Yeah, he's a looker. Looked down the field where he wanted to go with it. It wasn't there. Took off the other way. But at least he's looking first before he's taking off and run. He's looking to throw.
First and 10 at the 15. Robinson inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. And that takes us to the end of quarter number 3 in Champaign. Illinois with a lead. Nebraska with the momentum after 3. Start of the fourth quarter and the start of perhaps a tightening of this game. Nebraska on the move, 2nd and 3 at the 8-yard line. The goal for Lovie Smith, one of the things they thought they could do is have Adrian Martinez beat him with his arm. 20 of 31, 305 yards, and 3 touchdowns through the air tonight for Martinez. On 2nd and 3, tough snap. Robinson weaving inside the 5 and twisted down at the 2. Misdirection gets a first down.
Kev, that should have been a loss of 2, but Wan'Dale Robinson with a great spin move picked itself up some positive yardage, and now it's 1st and goal.
Huskers down 8, an extra point on the last score blocked by Calvin Avery of Illinois. First and goal at the 2. Another tough snap to handle. Martinez able to get it. Gets it into the hands of Dedrick Mills, and Mills is in for the touchdown.
There's a flag.
A flag down at the goal line.
It's going to go against Illinois.
Offside. Defense, number 89. Penalties decline. Result of the play, touchdown.
And the Huskers, a 2-point conversion from tying it up.
Correction, that ball was on number 88.
Keith Randolph Jr. And now the Huskers looking for the tie. They have trailed since play 2 of this game, when Corbin went 66 for the touchdown. Martinez gonna try to run for it. Martinez diving. That's a 2-point conversion. We're tied at 35.
This all starts with Wan'Dale Robinson. This guy, watch this 2 plays ago. This should be in the backfield. It's all him. And he takes him down, gets the first down, and then the touchdown. All back inside, just pure power. And then you got to have 2 points. You have a quarterback who can run, and he can run well. Kevin.
All right, so Martinez and the Huskers knotted up at 35. Adrian Martinez and Nebraska have tied it at 35 apiece. 305 yards passing for Adrian Martinez. Scott Frost's team all the way back even. And just a moment ago, Maurice Washington from the locker room tweeting, "The only thing that hurts is me not being able to cheer my teammates on." Hopefully that's the only thing that hurts physically as well, as there's an opening. Room to roam again on a good return for Dre Brown as we check in our BTN studios in Chicago with Mike Hall.
Hi, Kevin, Matt. Let's update you on Georgia and Notre Dame. Dogs up 3, make it 10. Lawrence Cager with a 15-yard grab. They're getting late in this one. Notre Dame in trouble.
Yeah, Kev, we watched that team on tape a few weeks ago, and that team is loaded with NFL players.
Georgia is so good.
Andre Swift is no joke now.
A big series for Brandon Peters. The total amount of plays, Nebraska 76. Illinois has run just 48 plays. And on first down, Corbin looking for the edge. And Corbin out of bounds at the 47-yard line, chased out by Markel Dismuke.
So one of the things that you have to be able to do when you're playing Corbin, you have to defend the edge. He loves to bounce it outside because he's got good speed. So make him run back inside. He has not had as much success inside. He's had some, but not a lot.
2nd and 4. Corbin again back inside this time, and he breaks the tackle. Darian Daniels gets an extra yard after contact before Caleb Tanner can bring him down, and it's a first down for Illinois.
You know, one of the plans of the Illinois offense was get this defensive front tired, and I haven't seen any signs of that yet. It's a nice, cool night. Big guys love the cool.
126 yards tonight for Corbin. 66 coming on the second carry of the game. Corbin again, and Corbin yanked down by Darian Daniels, and that's going to be a penalty flag.
Yeah, I would say that's a... Sometimes your hand gets stuck in spots you don't want it to, but it just happens.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 79. 15-yard penalty added on to the end of the run, automatic first down.
Hard to miss that one, and no one did. So move it down to the 32-yard line where it's first down. 10th penalty against the Huskers tonight. 112 yards in penalty yardage assessed to Nebraska. They've also turned it over 4 times. It's been far from a clean game tonight for the Huskers.
But Adrian Martinez, he's answered the bell. Thrown for over 300 yards, rushed for around 40. Having himself a good game. They needed him to.
From the 32, Peters to the sideline. Catch is made by Smalling, and Smalling, ball is out, and it's scooped up by Daniel Barker. JoJo Doman came out and jarred it loose, and fortunately for Illinois, Barker was right there.
A nice hit, too. I'll tell you, both these teams have been flying around the field here tonight.
Peters play action. Smalling on the coverage, and now 3rd and 7.
This Illinois offensive line's actually done a pretty good job here tonight. They've not really gotten much pressure on Peters, although they have knocked the ball down a couple times. They're in man.
Low snap, Peters picks it up, and all kinds of traffic in there. Nice tackle by JoJo Doman on Trayvon Sidney. It's 4th down.
Yeah, that's not a good call on in man coverage, because you're trying to run that guy back underneath, and unless you pick him off with an inside man, you got guys all over the top of you.
So now on comes James McCourt, one of 2 players in FBS football with 2 field goals rather, over 50 yards this year. Hit from 57 against Eastern Michigan. McCourt's field goal on the way, and that will break the tie from 47.
He could have made that one from 57.
38-35. Plenty of leg for the junior James McCourt. .12:08 to play, 4th quarter in Champaign. Illinois with a good answer, back up by 3. And Nebraska's been in this position before. Tight games on the road, and unfortunately for the Huskers, the last 4 times these tight games have all gone against the Big Red. Overall, they've lost 8 straight games on the road. Trying to turn that streak around. They have not led tonight. And they'll get the football back at the 25-yard line on first down. But Wan'Dale Robinson's a big reason, Matt, why they're back in this game.
Yeah, he can do a lot of things to hurt you. He's got great hands out of the backfield. He catches the ball. He gets in open field. He's hard to bring down. And then all you want to do is get him in space. He's a lot like Rondale Moore from Purdue. They have that same ability to create big plays when they're in space. He's exciting to watch.
12:08 to go. Swing pass Robinson. Robinson, a little bit of a crease, and Robinson stopped just shy of the 40-yard line by Tony Adams.
See, what they're trying to do is get space and put him in it, and then he'll figure the rest of it out.
13 yards there for Robinson.
It's simple.
It sounds simple.
It's, well, especially when all they're doing, they're staying in the same cover two.
Here's Robinson on the ground, sheds one tackle, and down at the 42-yard line. Delano Ware and Devon Witherspoon there to make the stop. Last couple of drives for Nebraska, they've gotten that offense rolling. 9 plays, 75-yard touchdown drive. 6 plays, 64-yard touchdown drive. A touchdown here would give them their first lead of the night. Long way to go, though, from their own 42.
Illinois has not had any kind of pass rush either.
Robinson again. Down to the 46, 2 yards short of a Husker first down.
So here's what you played for. So now it's a big third down here for Illinois. You want to get him in a situation. Wan'Dale Moore comes out. I'm sorry. They're playing the same. I'm starting to think it's him.
Wan'Dale Robinson.
Yeah. Mills back in. Mills, he's tough too.
3rd and 2 at the 46. Here's Mills breaking a tackle. First down Nebraska to the Illinois 45.
Good tough running. Ran through a tackle. Picked up a first down. Kept on going. Good job by this offensive line. They're moving people right now.
Well, they've got to be wearing out Illinois a little bit, Matt. This is the 80th play for Nebraska on offense tonight.
So it was the same argument they were using against Nebraska. Nebraska's using it against them.
Martinez to the air, down the sideline, trying to fit it into Noah. He was well covered by Witherspoon.
Yeah, Witherspoon was all over him. Right in his hip. Watch this off. That's really well done by Witherspoon. He's on him right where he has to be. He looks when the receiver looks. Right off the line of scrimmage, got his hands on him. That's really well done.
80 plays, 591 yards for Nebraska. They trail by 3 in the 4th. 4 turnovers, a big reason for that. Second down, nice cut by Mills, breaks a tackle, and Mills just dives forward to get a couple. Well defended by Illinois as Jake Hansen and Witherspoon
Made the play. Witherspoon did the whole thing. He took his shot, forced him to slow down, and Hansen's able to clean the thing up. But that's 2 great plays by Witherspoon.
Giant 3rd down here for Nebraska. Remember, down 3, but a field goal likely not in the cards for the Huskers.
Looking at that cover 2.
And Martinez is going to keep it up the middle, and Martinez with a first down.
So they spread him out, Kev. They spread him out. Both safeties are deep. You're playing with a light box. And so you motion your guy out, and it pulls another defender out of the box. And then you just run a quarterback draw up the middle.
New set of downs from the 33. Good cut by Wan'Dale Robinson, and then he is down at the 28. Kirby Joseph and Delano Ware both there.
He's taking some shots here tonight. He's tough.
5'10", 190, freshman, first year of college football.
Good looking player.
159 yards of offense tonight between rushing the football and receiving for Wan'Dale Robinson. That's a career high. Second and 4. Robinson again, and Robinson down at the 26.
190-pound player. And what I love about him is he runs just as well inside as he does outside. He's got good runner's patience. He has the cuts and stuff that you want to see. But if you get him to the edge, he can beat you with pure speed.
Over 8,500 scrimmage yards in high school and 118 touchdowns. 3rd and 3 at the 26. Here's Martinez. Got a block from Allen. Martinez, a little stiff arm, steps through a tackle, and he's down at the 1.
He has answered the bell here tonight, Kevin. He's thrown the ball exceptionally well.
Timeout for injured player on the defense.
Yeah, he's in the run game. He's been judicious. His reads have been nice.
A couple of Illinois players down. You've got Milan down and Hansen down, 2 key cogs of Lovie Smith's defense.
Yeah, see, you don't defensively, I mean, you have to in this game, but it's hard to account for the quarterback. And so most of the time, the extra guy is coming from the secondary.
See Hansen trying to reverse his field, and he immediately reaches down for his leg. And then Milan diving at Martinez. He hits the ground hard. Nebraska 1 yard away from the lead for the first time tonight.
Keep it on the ground.
Robinson in for the touchdown, and Nebraska leads for the first time in Champaign.
Yeah, nothing special about it. This is just assignment football, and look where the defensive line from Illinois ends up, in the end zone. They're getting pushed. They're tired.
Now McCallum for the extra point. He's had 1 block tonight. This one is true, and Nebraska's lead is 4, 42-38. 8 minutes to go. Entertaining game in Champaign.
That was a heck of a catch right there.
Wan'Dale Robinson has enjoyed a heck of a night here in Champaign, and Nebraska for the first time tonight has the lead. 8 minutes to play. Short kickoff and a little bobble taken by Kenyon Sims, and Sims stopped short of the 30-yard line by Braxton Clark. Just a moment ago when Wan'Dale Robinson got to the sideline, sought out the big guys. A little bit of love for the 5 in front blocking.
Goes a long way.
Well, he knows he's going to have those guys with him, all 5 at least, for 1 more year.
Kev, you see this right here?
86.
That's phenomenal. And so at the end of that last series, you could see that Illinois defense was tired. That's a lot of plays to be out there.
And the big concern for defensive coordinator Eric Chenander of Nebraska was their defense had been out for a lot of plays, averaging over 79 plays per game this year. Not so tonight as Corbin strung out to the sideline. And you mentioned it earlier in the game. That's where you want him to go, sideline to sideline, as we go down to the sideline. And Rick Pizzo.
Well, to Matt's point, not only is the Illinois defensive line group exhausted, they look mentally beaten down as well. That happens when you're out there that long. Calvin Avery could barely make it off the field after that last Nebraska possession. That's why even if Illinois doesn't score here, at the very least, they need to give these guys a chance to get a breather on the sideline.
On 2nd down, here's Corbin again, breaking 1 tackle, and then Dismuke with the push out of bounds on the sideline as he takes it to the 33.
1 point, Brandon Peters has to make a play. So he's going to have to, he's been getting decent protection. He's been throwing the ball well. They just haven't had the ball very much. 636 yards of offense. Illinois with only about 300.
3rd and 4. Pressure coming. Peters throws, incomplete.
That's what I'm talking about. That's where he had to make the play. You don't pull a short string on that. That ball has to be delivered. He's wide open. You've got to hit him right in the chest. This ball is down low. And it should have been caught. But look at all the green on the inside. Just keep it up. He's off and running.
You You see the reaction from Brandon Peters. He knows he missed one there.
Yeah, and so did the receiver. He should have caught it.
Spielman waving for the fair catch at the 20-yard line. Nebraska's defense gets the stop. Now the football back. Momentum clearly in scarlet and cream. My call, thank you very much. 6:38 remaining in the fourth. Yeoman's work done today by my call and the crew in the BTN studios in Chicago. Joshua Perry, head coach Glenn Mason. Our crew.
So you got a bunch of, you got an offense that's been humming, and you have a defense that's tired. You have all backups right now in on that defensive line.
From the 20-yard line, first down. Wan'Dale Robinson slippery again with a flag down out to the 25, where Mark Mondesir was there to make the tackle.
Holding, defense, number 95. 10-yard penalty tacked on to the end of the run, first down.
That's Kenyon Jackson, the senior from Little Rock.
That's a rare penalty. You usually don't call that. And does it go on? Absolutely. And so what he's doing inside is if he gets a double, you'll hold on to one, let the other guy block you, so free up your backer.
So Nebraska from the 35-yard line with a first down.
No taking a good old time now with that clock though.
Robinson again. Just a little opening. Look at the power he brings.
Oh yeah.
5'10", 190. He slips through little creases, but then at the end of the run, delivers the power.
Yeah, watch him finish right at the end. He knows he's going to have to lower his shoulder, and he does. It's good running. That's a good player.
This is sort of the welcome to college football game for Wan'Dale Robinson. He's had some moments, but he's been pressed into duty tonight with the injury to Maurice Washington. Dedrick Mills has been in and out of the lineup and in and out of the tent on the sidelines, the medical tent. Wan'Dale Robinson has stepped up. He's now Nebraska's leading rusher with 90 yards rushing and 70 yards receiving. Here's Martinez breaking free. Martinez down the sideline and caught inside the 15 by Tony Adams.
He didn't want to get caught, but he didn't want to go out of bounds. Now the clock will stop anyway with the first down, but it'll pick up again. That's just a nice read. He's been very patient tonight. Martinez has played himself a good game. It's the best I've watched in the 4 games. This is the best he's played.
44 yards on that run puts him over the century mark. 118 yards rushing for Martinez, 318 passing.
Remember at the start of the game, we said whichever quarterback is going to play better will win. There he is.
Martinez has had a terrific game tonight after a rocky start. On first down, Robinson, a little stutter stepping down to the 11.
Kev, do you know how hard it is to win a game when you've turned the ball over 4 times? That is brutal.
On the road, no less.
On the road. They have not had a lot of success on the road. In fact, any success on the road.
And add 10 penalties for 114 yards of penalties, but the total yardage for Nebraska has overcome that to this point. 695 total yards, the most for the Huskers under Scott Frost.
Well, Scott liked his team's chance before this game. He liked the matchups, and he was right.
2nd and 8 from the 11. Robinson again, and Robinson will get a yard before big Owen Carney brings him down. Now, again, we've talked about the kicking woes for Nebraska. They're 3rd and 7 at the 10. Do you approach this, Matt, as a play caller with the mindset that you may be doing 4 downs here, maybe 4 down territory because of your kicking woes?
Yeah, absolutely. There's no question about it. But this will be a throw, and it'll be a sticks throw. It won't be to the end zone. Or it's either going to be that, or they're going to get the option with Martinez's feet.
They're 10 of 16 tonight on third down.
They're going man.
3rd and 7.
Got him wide open.
It's Robinson, one-on-one on the edge. Robinson fighting for the goal line. Wan'Dale Robinson stopped at the 1. 1st and goal, Nebraska.
Timeout for injured defensive player.
And that's Tony Adams,
who's played himself a good game here tonight. Wan'Dale Robinson has put on a show here tonight.
Watch the ball at the end of this run. It did come loose a little bit.
It's not loose there. Now it is. No, it isn't. Yes, it's out. But who recovers it? Robinson.
Robinson's got it.
It's interesting. So did he pick it up and score? Now he's down there, but the ball's out. Now he picks it back up. Is he in the end zone when he picks it up? Ball comes out. It's a fumble right there. Now he recovers it. Is he in the end zone?
The ruling on the field is down at the 1. It's Nebraska ball. Regardless, the only question is, did he recover the fumble in the end zone?
I think he did. Ball's out. When does he recover it? So he's in. He has control now.
I'm not sure there's enough there, Matt, that if you went and looked at it, you'd be able to overturn the ruling on the field that he's down at the 1.
Well, yeah, you're probably right.
So now Nebraska back onto the field.
That may be debatable, but that guy's not.
No.
That guy can play.
First and goal. 4 chances from there to put a little distance between the visitors and the home team. Robinson caught in the backfield.
Great job.
Time here, Oliver.
He just shot the gap.
Charge, timeout. Illinois.
A timeout taken by Illinois. We're going to step aside for a quick 30 seconds. 2:19 remaining in the 4th, 2nd and goal.
Yeah, watch right here. They're going to pull. He's going to take a hard inside move. And that's what's, see, the tackle can't get to him in time. He took an inside move and kept Robinson in the backfield.
So now 2nd and goal at the 5 after that play.
Martinez's legs.
There he goes. Nowhere to go. And another loss on the play, this time from Champaign.
Champaign, that's a great angle. You got to try to make him get that edge, and he's not going to get it.
And Illinois with its 2nd timeout. We step aside for 30 more seconds. So 3rd and goal with 2:12 to go in the 4th. Nebraska's gone backwards on back-to-back plays, and we were showing that replay. The replay booth did not look at whether or not that was a fumble that was recovered in the end zone.
Yeah, so, and it may not have been, but take a look at it.
3rd down and goal from the 8.
So you have to go man here, which they are, and you have to have the eyes on the quarterback.
Martinez gonna run down to the 5. Champaign again with the tackle. Now 4th down. Timeout used by Illinois, their final timeout. And here is the big decision for Scott Frost. You've got Lane McCallum.
He's got to kick it.
And he's going to come on and try the short field goal. This is,
you have to kick it. So if you miss it, you're still relying on your defense with 2 minutes to go.
Huskers have had plenty of issues kicking the football. Isaac Armstrong had an extra point, 2 field goals blocked last week. Dylan Jorgensen, a walk-on, had 1 attempt. He's a little dinged up. Lane McCallum, who was a scholarship kicker at Air Force in 2017. Norfolk High School graduate, Norfolk, Nebraska. 20 for 31 in his high school career. He went to Air Force, decided to leave and walk on to Nebraska, said he wasn't a big fan of just being a kicker. So what happens? He gets to Nebraska, finds out there's all kinds of kicking problems. Scott Frost finds out he was a kicker and says, we need you to kick again.
So here he is.
A chance to make it.
It's still a one-score game. So regardless, it's a one-touchdown game.
22-yard try for McCallum. And flags fly.
It's against the offense. It's going to move back. Now you put the ooga booga on them, and you can win with one score.
How do you do that?
The ooga booga is deadly.
It must be.
Yeah.
False start. Kicking team number 93. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
Damian Daniels with the flinch. And so back it up. And Lane McCallum will try a field goal again. 27 yards for McCallum to try to give Nebraska the touchdown lead. Snap and hold are good. The kick off the upright. And Nebraska's kicking woes show up again.
Continue. So here's the thing. Here's the good news. Well, I don't know if it's good news, but here's the same news. They still need a touchdown. It's still a one-touchdown game. The difference is they score the touchdown now, they lose. But they've got to go the whole time, and he just doinked it. I told you that ooga booga is deadly.
McCallum a little frustrated. Lovie Smith less so. And now a chance. Martinez and the Huskers have had to battle all night long. They've got a 4-point lead. They've relied on their defense tonight to get stops in key spots. Now they need their defense to come up with a stop from 80 yards away.
This is where Brandon Peters has to be the guy. This is what they brought him here for. He's got to throw strikes.
First pitch dropped.
You got to catch the ball.
Imator Bebe had it knocked out by Lamar Jackson.
There have been about, I don't know, 3 or 4, maybe 5 drops here tonight. And some of the throws should have been better, but they were still catchable balls.
Illinois, no timeouts remaining. They need 80 yards and a touchdown to get the win. 2nd and 10. Blitz coming. Hit as he throws. Incomplete. Now Nebraska's going to scoop it up just in case there was a situation like before where it was ruled a fumble and not an incomplete pass.
Well,
it's a clear recovery by JoJo Doman.
I'm watching the officials, and they never waved anything off. It was a fumble.
It was a fumble recovered by the defense.
And there you go.
Injured player.
Peters injured on the play, and Nebraska goes after the football, and they get it on the turnover.
So let's see where the ball is when he gets hit. Ooh, I don't know about that.
There's the recovery by JoJo Doman.
Yeah, that part you can see. Let's go back to look at that quarterback again, because it looks like his hand had the ball in it when it was going forward. Let's see.
Dick Honig is in our studio as well, watching along with us. Dick, we've seen this tonight. Nebraska was called for a turnover on a play like this. Was the arm going forward here for Peters?
The arm was going forward, and it was in possession of his hand.
Robinson on 3rd down, flag down. Robinson throws, incomplete. Dispute came from behind Trayvon Sidney and got a piece of that ball to knock it away.
Sidney thinks he's got a piece of him.
The only flag is in the backfield as Peters comes back into the game.
I would decline this. It looks like it's going to go against the offense for a hold. I would decline it and take the 4th and 10.
Holding. Offense, number 53. Penalties decline.
Good move.
Brings up 4th down.
That's Kendrick Green called for the hold, and this is the ball game right here. 4th down and 10.
Peters back in.
Huskers looking for their first road win in almost 2 years. 8 straight losses on the road for Nebraska. Peters, pressure again. Steps up.